This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Beamer's Glass, Dealer Orthodontics, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Ventures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Coronado Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school football on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
It is a chilly and blustery evening here in the Old Pueblo, where the number 14 Snowflake Lobos are starting their effort to return to the state championship game by having to play the number 3 Mica Mountain Thunderbolts. As I'm Derek Palmer alongside Mike Granillo. And Mike, this is a little bit of a different look for Snowflake. They're not used to coming in as very high seed, and here they are kind of playing the role of underdog.
They are for sure playing the role of underdog. However, like we've said about round value in the 3A playoffs, this is not a team you probably want to play in the 4A playoffs. A 14-seeded Snowflake is going to give people trouble. We'll see how seriously Mica Mountain takes them.
Well, Mica Mountain is just a relatively new school, just its 4th year of existence.
Yeah, and it's out here in the middle of nowhere.
Well, and we are honoring America, so we will step away and continue our conversation after this. It's the first round of the 4A conference playoffs and Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the number 1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Snowflake on the road at Mica Mountain in Vail, east of Tucson, getting ready to take on the Thunderbolts, as we were just saying, Mike, before the national anthem interrupted.
Yes.
That this is a little bit of a different role for the Lobos, though not necessarily one that you could imagine Mica Mountain excited about, but this is a team that's going to challenge the Lobos in a sense that they're bringing an awful lot of size. Saw Snowflake play at Eastmark. They also boasted some size, and the Lobos had a little bit of a tough time with it.
It did, and this is not one of the Lobos' biggest teams they've had in the past several years, and so that size is a difference. However, having some film on yourself against an Eastmark, some of these teams with some bigger bodies, has given Coach Solomon a week at least to prepare and try to maybe use their strengths against that size. So usually when you have size, you probably are a little slower up front, and we'll see if Snowflake can take advantage of that in the run game. Of course, on the outside, the weapons are the weapons, and we'll see how they match up with Mica Mountain.
This is an audio-only broadcast as Mica Mountain has an NFHS camera that we are not able to compete with. So we thank you for joining. We are not able to provide you with any video. Thank you for your patience as we are excited to describe the action for you, beginning here with some Ace Hardware keys to the game. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. If you need a key made any day or night, any night of the week, go to one of 3 Mountain locations. As Mike, you're talking about, especially Mica Mountain on the edges, they're sounding as if they try to do most of their aerial attack going to the perimeter. A lot of bubble screens. Snowflake, historically a very fast defense. Do you think that that's kind of playing right into their hands?
I think it is, and that's going to be a key, is that Snowflake has to take advantage of the situations that are in their favor. When they get those bubble screens, when they get those passes to the perimeter, they've got to be on them and be step for step with the receivers, knock down passes, perhaps be opportunistic and get a turnover. In the middle of the field is where they're going to probably be at a disadvantage, and so for Snowflake, they've really got to try to do everything to push to the outside, be strong as you can upside, build that wall up inside, but force everything to the outside where you have a chance to compete athlete for athlete.
Now you're talking about some big receivers potentially. We always are celebrating the nose that J.J. Lerma has for the football. Is this something that you think is going to play to one of his strengths, or how is he going to bring these big guys down?
I mean, that's really the thing is Lerma is not very big, but man, he has just been all over the ball in the games that we have covered. And, you know, he's still going to have an opportunity because it's really hard to run when your legs are taken out. So I think Lerma, who does a really good job of going low anyway, I think he's going to be just business as usual for him. Now, shedding blocks might be a little tougher for him. He's got to make sure to not let offensive linemen get into his chest. Tight ends are going to want to get into his chest. He's got to avoid, keep himself free, and use his quickness to get past blockers and get to the running backs.
Those are the keys to the game, brought to you by Ace Hardware, which has a 24/7 locksmith. If you need a key made any day of the week, any night for that matter, go to one of 3 Mountain locations. As both teams right now at midfield getting ready to toss this coin. Snowflake will call it, as it is again the visiting team, number 14, and it looks as if the Lobos have won and deferred. As this ball game, of course, taking place on a Thursday. We wish all of you a very happy Veterans Day, and thank you, any veterans who are in our audience, for your service.
And actually, Snowflake elected to receive.
Oh, there we go.
They elected to take the ball.
How do you like that?
Maybe I'm a traditionalist, but in a game, in a high-energy game like this, I kind of like to have my defense out there. It's because on offense, you got to be a little calmer. Usually, if you're going to have a hype-up speech in the pregame, you kind of have your quarterback sit out of that, right? You don't want your quarterback get all hyped. And so right now, the adrenaline is going to be flowing, the nerves, the butterflies, and we'll see how the Lobos execute under those conditions, because they're going to get a chance to move up and down this pretty field first.
Got black end zones with powder blue Thunderbolts written in there. We're going to call it Carolina blue.
Yeah.
As Mica Mountain is wearing Carolina blue hats, black tops, Carolina blue pants. Snowflake with a lighter blue hat and then white top and bottom. As they're getting ready to send 3 options out to potentially receive this kick. It includes Papa, McCray, and Rabin.
And this is an area where Snowflake maybe can take advantage. Their special teams has shown flashes of brilliance this year, and any of those guys back there can take it to the house.
Snowflake will begin receiving this Northland Pioneer College kickoff, going left to right. When it's time to start your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. You'll pay the lowest tuition in the state. Big thing there is number 6. Going to be in between both Papa and Bryant. McCray missed an awful lot of the season with an ankle injury. He had been slowly bringing it back, especially on the defensive side, but we've seen him bust an awful lot. If they're going to challenge any of these guys, they might be more inclined to do him because he's missed so much of the year. As here comes the approach. The kick is away, and it's angling toward Papa. It takes this one and starts looking for some blockers. He gets over the 20, 25, 30, and along the near sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 36. So good field position to start it off here for the Lobos.
Absolutely, and a great job blocking up front. Saw a big block thrown, I believe, by Hayden Nichols, senior on special teams, through a big block that kind of sprung Papa down this near sideline. And so now we'll see. You know, I would like to see Snowflake start off with a couple of run plays. Let McCray, I don't know if he's going to be back there or not. Yep, it is McCray, and see if he can get something going.
McCray and Rabin. Turley a little banged up. So they got single receivers on either side, split backs on either side of Bryant, and into the neutral zone comes one of the Thunderbolts. It is the first round, and everybody might be a little jumpy.
That's a good start, though, for Snowflake. I had a good thought. I had a good point. It just left me, though. Maybe it's the cold. I don't know. But, you know, Mica Mountain has the luxury of numbers for sure, but Snowflake has a lot of experience, and we'll see if that helps them out here in this first half.
Make it 1st and 5 now on the 41. Shotgun snap as Bryant's looking to the left. Throws this one up where he's trying to find Papa. Got a little bit of positioning and would have had it at the 30, but instead it's going to drop incomplete. Well thrown ball. He was up there with 2 hands on it, but lost it on the descent. But still 2nd and 5 after the opening plays infraction against the Mica Mountain front.
Well, Papa does a great job of running inside the defender and puts it right where Bryant can give it to him. Goes up, and boy, Papa very sure-handed. Just a better defensive play right there.
So still got the 2 backs on either side. McCray is on the right. Papa again split wide left on the open side of the field. Now Tidwell moves over. He's going to line up on the right of the line. From the gun, Bryant with the snap, hands it off, gives this one to Rabin. He's at the 45 and then bullies his way over the 47 for a Comfort Fit Denture first down.
It is a first down, you know, and I was going to go back to that first down play where they went deep. Great time for it, though. You got 1st and 5, short chains, and now on 2nd and 5, they pick up those easy 7 yards, and I like bringing the strength to one side and then running Rabin to that side.
11:33 to go, first possession here. Snowflake having moved the chains. Keeping the same formation. Tidwell on the right of the line as they again go with Rabin coming from the left to the right, goes over the 50 and then is going to force his way down to the Mica Mountain 45 and a gain of 8.
Boy, and you know, you see the offensive linemen for Snowflake, they're just getting in the way. They're just getting enough interference to allow, in that case, Rabin to get through the line, pick his way through the traffic. Gunnar Richards is pulling out there, and he's not able to get like these huge blocks, but he's getting in the way of the defenders enough, and they're not quick enough to stay with Rabin.
15 yards on 2 carries for Rabin. You were calling for the ground game to start, and he's providing. Same formation. Tidwell on the right. Handoff goes again. Rabin this time he cuts it up over the middle, is able to fall forward, gains 3, and another Comfort Fit Denture first down.
And they're just letting Rabin right now pick his hole, basically. It's a little, they are pulling a lineman to that side, but Rabin still, he's just going to pick a hole. And the other thing I love is he just getting north and south. He's not trying to make some huge play out things. Just take your yards as you get them, and in this case, pick up a big first down.
Put it on the Thunderbolt 41. The Lobos took the opening kick and are right now driving. Papa now switches over on the right side, still with the split backs on either side of Bryant, who fakes the handoff, looking to the near side where Papa's got some space, caught at the 35, pushed out of bounds at the 30 and very close to the yard marker.
Yeah, and I was about to say play action would be a great time for it right there. You've just run the ball 3-4 times in a row, go to that same formation, and the thing that made that thing successful was it was quick. Bryant able to get rid of that almost as soon as he caught it. Good timing play over to Papa. Those two have been working on that all season long.
Got to give him enough for the Comfort Fit Denture first down. Pushed at the 30. Same formation. Papa again lined up on the near side. McCray is also on the right. Yet to get a call. No, that's actually Rabin, as he's going to move this one right to left. Or was that McCray?
That was McCray that time.
Okay.
Yeah, they switched up the formation, but they might have just run into the strength of the Mica Mountain defense, though. The wide side of the field, they're going to probably put their better players to that side. Now, Mica Mountain's playing an interesting defense. They got 4 linebackers, and really they have 4 linebackers that sometimes those guys are not covering anybody. They're just kind of out in space. We'll see if Snowflake can take advantage of that up the middle.
Continuing now with Rabin on the right, McCray on the left. Papa also on the right side. As the shotgun snap is faked. Drop back,
no
Bryant
safeties.
with time. Looking over the top where he's got Papa caught at the 5, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos. A Mountain Mobile Auto Glass score that took just over 3 minutes.
And for those that can't see it at home, boy, just a great opportunity, great play call. You caught Mica Mountain with a safety. The safety left his position and came up to stop the run. He was probably 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, and great patience by Bryant there as he allowed Papa to make his move, fake to the outside, and then cut it up inside. And then he outran the defender. I believe that was Will White, and just Bryant didn't throw a pretty ball, but it was certainly effective And Snowflake very, very efficient and effective on this first drive.
64-yard scoring drive for the Lobos as Sam Brown is in to try to punctuate. Low snap, but they're going to get it down. And it's up and good. 7-0. The Lobos lead with 9 minutes and 44 seconds left. The attention turns to the defensive side after this. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Hi everybody, it's Colleen here at Horn Auto Center, the GMC Chevy store that saves you more. So today we're going to highlight our wonderful used car inventory. This one right here is a 2019 Chevy Blazer RS. With our special, you can come down and take advantage of our $31,418. Right underneath 40,000 miles. You can't beat it.
Hi everybody, check out this beautiful 2021 Toyota 4Runner 4x4, discounted right now to $40,321. Black leather seats, seat warmers, third row, nice running boards, and oversized tires.
Check out this 2020 C8 Corvette with only 6,000 miles, certified pre-owned. You're gonna have an awesome ride, only here at Horn Auto Center.
So come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Sholo. We got the best selection of certified pre-owned vehicles and used vehicles to choose from, the best in the White Mountains.
Well, that Northland Pioneer College kickoff was returned 95 yards for a touchdown. That was Devin Hayward who got that one, and the seas parted.
You could just see it coming from up here. Young man had a great head of steam, and there just wasn't enough white jerseys in the middle. I don't think it was by design necessarily. It's just where the crease happened to be, and he took advantage of it. You said that was Hayward, right? Devin Hayward. Yeah, and just showing the speed. Nobody from Snowflake could really come up and challenge him. Sam Brown, the kicker, it happened so fast. Sam Brown didn't even really notice that he was coming until he was well past the last guy to get him, which was Brown.
Sam Brown kicking without about 2,500 feet of elevation.
Still put it on the 3.
Yeah. It's just you kind of used to seeing him blasted into the end zone.
Yeah.
But
maybe he wishes he would have.
It's a mighty quick response here for Mica Mountain.
Oh man, that's just a killer too, because you had so much momentum and you look so good. But the good news is you're going to get the ball back and see if you can just go right back to work on offense.
Can report also over at Mojave that Blue Ridge is trailing 6-0 in the very early going. So now 7-7 as this one's already teed up and ready for another Northland Pioneer College kickoff. But it's time to kick off your college education. Do so at NPC. As this one is going to make it into the end zone. So a little bit of a shift in momentum.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, just means you got more field to work with and pad those stats up a little bit. Get an 80-yard drive instead of a 64 or whatever that last one was.
Going to bring out Carter Rabin, who on 3 carries has 18 yards. Brennan Bryant, 2 for 3 for 40 yards, including a 30-yard touchdown. Set it up on the 20 in the dead center spot of the field. Ezra Baum comes out wide right, pop it to the left. And Turley might be in the backfield here for the Lobos. As from the shotgun, Bryant with the split backs does give Turley, and he is slow to the line and bottled up for maybe a little bit of a gain, but set him down for no yards.
Well, already Mica Mountain has made a little bit of an adjustment. They just didn't allow Gunnar Richards to pull. They stuffed him up in the hole, and he actually ended up plugging that hole so that Turley cannot get through there. Good push up front by Mica Mountain. So they are taking the momentum and using it to their advantage here.
Turley out, put McCray back out there, so he lines up on the right of Bryant. You got Tidwell also going to the left with Papa. As here the handoff goes McCray. This time he's going to spring this one out to the far side, looking for some blockers, but he gets knocked down at the 25, but still sets up a mid-range third down.
Yeah, and I like that play because it's a little twist, right? You've run it up in between the tackles. the first possession, the first series of plays, and now you start kind of inside tackle, and then McCray bounces it to the outside. And so just to give the defenders from Mica Mountain a little something else to think about.
Papa switches spots now with Baum. He's on the right. That'll put Raven as well on the right of Bryant, as this is the first third down that Snowflake has had to contend with. 7-7, 8 minutes and 14 seconds left, 3rd and 5 from their own 25.
Baum's got a good matchup out here.
So they're going to come over to Papa. High pass, but he's able to bring down at the 32, and that's a Comfort Fit Dentures first down.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was Papa. You know, I watching the corner, he's starting to retreat pre-snap. And I don't know if Bryant read that or not, but get out to Papa after a 5-yard comeback. Defender had given up too much ground, especially on a 3rd and 5. I'm not, you know, I guess he'd been burned once, though. Didn't want it to happen again, so.
8 minutes even. On their own 32, the Lobos move the chains. Continue with the same formation. Tidwell's off on the left. Instead, the handoff is going to go McCray. He's going to run in that direction. Run it laterally and never gets it all the way outside, but still a gain of 3 on first down.
Boy, nice tackle out there by Devin Hayward, who's been responsible for the only offense from Mica Mountain, but made a great tackle. I really thought McCray was going to have some room out there, but Hayward shut down that lane pretty quickly and made a sure-handed tackle. If I'm Snowflake, though, I'm not quite abandoning the run just yet. You still had pretty good success with it.
2nd and 7. Baum now switches up on the right, open side of the field. Split backs on either side now. Bryant from the shotgun. This time it's Turley. Starts going to the left and then cuts it out even further toward the sideline. Bounces it for about 4 yards out to the 38. Makes it 3rd down and 3 or 4.
I'll tell you what, this is some old school defense right here. You're running a 4-4 cover 3, and you know, you're just playing gap defense. And if you have the bodies that Mica Mountain has, you can get away with that. But credit Turley for bouncing that to the outside, and for the coaching staff for sticking with the run, because now both run and pass are available to you.
Baum on the right. 3rd down, they're calling it 4. From the shotgun, Bryant with the snap, gives Raven, goes to the left, tries to cut it up at the 40, but is instead going to be brought down by a couple of different Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it looked like the first man there for Mica Mountain was Broden Schmidt. Hopefully I'm saying that name right, but he just came shooting through there. And Raven was trying to get a go against the grain and find a crease, but he could not. And so Snowflake's still not a bad drive. We're able to pick up a couple first downs. Now we'll see how their defense plays.
Hayward at his own 36.
Let's not kick it to that guy.
Bryant going to serve as the punter. 4th down and 4. Gives it a minute, kicks this one, angling it away from Hayward. Smart. Bounces straight up in the air, and then takes a little bit of a snowflake roll over the 30 to the 29.
Okay. But smart play to not allow Hayward the opportunity to return this one. He's shown what he can do. And so now we'll see, does Mica Mountain take advantage of their strength here and run that ball over that big offensive line, or are they going to try to out-finesse Snowflake, which probably not a great idea.
Snowflake in the backfield defensively, going to have Papa, McCray, and can't see who's lining up on the left.
On the far side, I think that's Baum on the far corner.
Got a little bit of a spread look here for the Thunderbolts as the handoff goes to the right side, forces his way out to the 30, maybe 31. On the first carry there was Thornwell.
Yeah, great job though inside for the Lobos, creating a big old pileup. Jet yellow hair on the bottom of that pile. Big fella said, "You're going to have to run over me," and they couldn't.
3 receivers coming out to the near side, includes Hayward in the slot. Thornwell on the left of his quarterback as they're going to hit Hayward, who was open. As he tried to get a little bit of a slant that stopped. Was going to have a nice 5-yard gain. Instead, it falls incomplete as his quarterback, Jaden Thorenson, maybe threw it a little bit low.
Well, I tell you what, that's a great play by Thorson. Great read, as it looked like Papa went to jump the flare screen, the receiver screen, and Thorson threw it right where he should have, but can't connect with Hayward.
3rd and 8, 5:21 to go. First possession here after the long return is now they got a runner behind the defense. It's going to be caught at the 30, trying to track him down as McCray trying to punch it out instead. Stop him inside the 5, as that was Jonah Garcia.
Boy. I tell you what, those are some outstanding pass routes. They are creating so much confusion, a lot of crossing routes. You had the inside guy run on an out pattern, and the outside guy ended up running a skinny post and got behind the defense during the confusion, and it was just uncovered. If Thorson doesn't underthrow that by just a yard, which I don't blame him, you got to do that. In that case, he probably scores 6.
64 yards on the Comfort Fit Denture first down, first and goal at the 1. 4:50 to go as the handoff is going to go to the right side. Into the end zone goes Connor Handgartner. A Mountain Mobile Auto Glass score to give Mica Mountain its first lead.
Boy, the big play, the story of the night tonight for the Thunderbolts, as they've had the kickoff return and now a huge pass play that has really got the Snowflake Lobos on their heels. Especially after the Lobos on 2 defensive plays that looked like they were going to hold their own and keep Mica Mountain in front of them, and that misdirection on the trip set really hurt them.
Extra point is away and good. 14-7 on the 71-yard drive that included a 64-yard passing play to give the Thunderbolts their first lead. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Sorry, honey.
I chose MPC because it offers good quality education. Ultimately, I want to be a nurse anesthetist. This is the start to that path. And instructors want U260, which is really helpful. I've learned a lot so far in just 1 semester. It's kind of crazy how much I've learned. Northland Pioneer College is transforming my life by helping me achieve my goals in my career.
Second time in as many kicks, the Northland Pioneer College kickoff is going into the end zone. So the Lobos, second time in as many possessions, going to start on their own 20, now trailing 14-7. Snowflake scored on a 30-yard pass on its opening drive, but since then has given up 2 big plays that have the Lobos trailing here in the first quarter. Bryant working from the gun as the handoff goes Rabin, but he's stopped in the backfield.
Well, I think it's I don't fault it, but it's probably one too many times to the well. Miller pulls up inside right there, and just the defenders know he's coming. They just get out of his way. He's got to break down a little bit in the hole, make sure he picks off somebody before he makes his way down the field.
Blue Ridge now trailing Mojave 14-0. The first quarter of that one. Lobos now are going to change the formation up for the first time, send trips to the left. Single back is McCray as they're going to try to set up a screen with Rabin. Spins toward the far sideline, makes a man miss to get to the 20, and then toppled as he gets to the 24. Gains 5, but still third and kind of a lot.
Yeah, my guess is that Blue Ridge is probably suffering from the same possible situation as Snowflake, just Mojave, just a lot bigger team physically than Blue Ridge. But credit Coach Solomon, changing up the formation. Don't go away from those run plays, but now time to mix it up a little bit. See if we can get to the arm of Brennan Bryant.
3rd and 6. Looking to the far side where, he had Baum with a little bit of space, but the pass goes too far toward the sideline, and it's looking like a 3 and out here for the Lobos.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, just miscommunication. Baum went inside. I think Bryant thought he was going outside because the defender had shaded to the inside, and so receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Lobos offense, unfortunately, they would like to probably sit and talk with some guys about some of this stuff, but these guys all play both ways, so not going to have that opportunity until halftime.
Bryant going to kick this time, sends this one to the right of Hayward, bounces at the far sideline and rolls over the 40, but it's going to be excellent field position for the Thunderbolts.
Well, this is a big, big possession for the Snowflake Lobos because they have to make sure this game does not get away from them at this point. Right now, all momentum with Mica Mountain And they need to come up with a stop right here. We're still 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and this score to allow 21 points in a playoff game in the first quarter, not where you want to find yourself. So Snowflake's going to have to dig deep. Somebody's going to have to provide a spark on the defensive side. McCray has been that guy a lot, but he's playing from the safety position, so we'll see what happens.
Jaden Thorenson, 1 of 2, 64 yards. As he's going to start, I believe that's Thornwell standing on his right. No, that is not. Instead, a running back trying to come to the near side, trying to shut a block as Papa can't do so, and he's going to weave his way up to the 50 and be very close to a first down. That is Connor Handgarner.
Handgarner very close, though, to fumbling that, so the Lobos need to look at that and perhaps make sure that second guy is coming after the ball. But running hard is what was it, Handgarner? Yeah, Handgarner. Lobos got to meet him in the chest.
So Snowflake's 49 after the Comfort Fit Denture first down. 14-7 as there was a little bit of a difficult exchange. It looked like Thornton might have wanted to pull that one. Instead, Handgarner's going to be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to pull it and probably should have, but just didn't have enough. You know, as a running back in that play, in that option, you are told that it is your ball. It is the quarterback's job to make sure he still has a good hold on it and can pull it out if he wants it. But otherwise, the running back has to assume it's his ball so that you don't put it on the turf.
Big number 1, Jimmy Leone, is over here all alone in single coverage on the left. Instead, they're going to look in the other direction where it'll be had by Hayward. Still on his feet at the 40. Makes a couple of more men miss as he spins to the 35. Has a Comfort Fit Denture first down and a gain of 14.
I wonder, I'm trying to figure out what Jimmy Leone is doing. I can't believe they're going to throw him the ball. He doesn't really come off the line. It's almost like he's a decoy a little bit. But maybe they're going to run some kind of a screen and allow him to be out there in front because he's a big boy. So Snowflake's got to be on the lookout for that.
Instead, here's Hayward matched up alongside Papa. 2 receivers going to the right side. Instead, Handgarner's going to cut back to the left, get met by a couple of Lobos, but still fall forward to the 32, gains 3.
Handgarner, just a 5'6", 160 pounds, but runs with great strength. Low center of gravity, big legs, keeps them moving. Tough to bring down for the Lobos. They're going to have to wrap up those feet, get a little bit lower than they're used to, perhaps. As I mentioned, he's only coming in at 5'6".
2nd and 8, 14-7. Mica Mountain leading in Snowflake territory on the 33. Minute and 24 seconds left as a man's in motion going left to right. Handgarner also in that direction is now Thorson rolling over there. This time hits Leone, jumps up, and is going to be brought down at the 32, but not before he gains another 4 yards.
Good business decision, though, by Riker Brimhall to go at the feet of the much larger Leone, force him to try to make something happen, and he jumped, but with no feet to land on, came down with a big thud. So big third down here. My guess is Mica Mountain's going to try to run it. I'm going to maybe call some kind of a run blitz.
Pistol formation. Thornwell and Handgarner, who's going to go Handgarner, try to come to the left side, but stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain, 4th down.
Gunnar Greer, he's the outside linebacker on that side. He has got to sell out to that run in that situation. If it would have been a fake, he's running, the quarterback was going to be running away. He's got to be in there a little bit sooner and force try to stop that ball carrier a little sooner. He had a great angle on it, as now they back it up to maybe calling it 4th and 2, but I'm sure it's 4-down territory for Mica Mountain.
We've seen the kicking game squeeze them over the crossbar.
Yeah. So they're just going to let the quarter run out, though, I think.
This would be somewhere in the neighborhood of a 42-yarder, and they're going to have a little bit of time to discuss as the buzzer sounds. 1 quarter's in the books, and the Thunderbolts lead the Lobos 14-7 with the decision coming to start the second quarter. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Ace Hardware is certainly the place to get everything from hardware to tools, lumber to drywall, propane to wood pellets, and so much more. But did you know that Ace also has one of the White Mountain's best collections of artificial and silk flowers? Ace Hardware is the best place to find completed arrangements or get all your favorite individual items and make your own. If you're crafty, you'll love everything Ace Hardware has to redecorate your home or create unique, one-of-a-kind gifts in their complete craft section. Oh, and find an unlimited variety of herbal teas from the brand for tea's sake. Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
14-7 to start the second quarter. When it's time to start your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. You pay the lowest tuition in the state. Winner of this one's going to get the winner of Northwest Christian and Walden Grove. Northwest Christian's got a hot quarterback. Walden Grove has played a couple of these teams tough down here in the Tucson area. There's a chance that if the Lobos are able to get a few wins, that they're going to have to come down here 3 times in a row. Walden Grove potentially, and then CDO. So first off, Mica Mountain, though, which is lined up to go for it on 4th down and 2. It's a short 2. Right now it looks like trying to get him offside. Instead, a high snap is brought down. Handgarner goes to the right of the line and is over the 25, and looks like he has enough for a Comfort Fit Dentures first down.
Well, and that's the luxury that Mica Mountain has, is they know they have the weight requirement to push the defensive line of Snowflake a little bit. Yellowhair did what he could to try to stop it. Did hold him to maybe a 3-yard pickup, but it's 2 yards too many.
So 14-7 and threatening the red zone. Thunderbolts continue with Handgarner, who's going to move over to Thorson's left.
Watch Hayward on that far side.
Going to fake a pass instead, bring it to him. He's going to move from the left to the right, stay on his feet as he gets to the 20, and then still on his feet at the 15. The Lobos are going to have to wrap him up. That low center of gravity.
Yeah, he's a little bowling ball in there. He does not go down easy. Did a great job of using his hand to help stabilize him at one point, but yeah, 5'6" may be generous on the height listed on the program. He is low to the ground and gets lower. Does a great job of putting his shoulder down and bouncing off would-be tacklers.
2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. Hayward split wide left. Instead, go Handgarner, who starts right now. He's going to go to the left. He's at the 10. There comes all sorts of flags, which might be why he had some vacated space.
And you know, when you're the receiver and you put your hand up and they haven't even told you who's doing it, well, guess what? It was you. If you're sure it wasn't you, it most likely was you. It looked like Jonah Garcia, the guilty party there. He came in from his outside receiver and picked off the outside linebacker. I didn't get a number there, but that's basically what allowed Handgarner to spring to the outside.
We're told that Round Valley's leading Sabino 6-0 first quarter. All sorts of interesting matchups. Thatcher leading Valley Christian 7-0. That's in the first quarter. As the penalty moves Mica Mountain back to the 25. 2nd down after the spot foul, calling it 13. As they come out with 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Thorson drops back and looks to the near side where it's caught at the 20, running over the 15 to the 10, the 5, still on his feet and into the end zone. Touchdown. Is that Jonah Garcia again?
No, it was Jack Bradley, I believe, number 15, yeah. Boy, another just a great route, though, as they keep running these crossing routes, but it's on a timing pattern, and they hit they hit Bradley, and the inside receiver, Garcia, takes 2 defenders with him, and that allows Bradley to get up well deep into the secondary. McCray tried to slow him down, but just great will by Bradley to get himself into the end zone, stuck the ball across to add another 6.
20-7, Mica Mountain successful on all 3 of its opportunities. As the extra point, this time a little bit more true, up and good. Make it 21-7, 10:45 to go in the half. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College and pay the lowest tuition in the state. The Lobos scored on a 64-yard drive to start the ball game, but have since allowed 21 unanswered as this one tipped around at the 10 and now accelerating on the far sideline. All sorts of spaces to cut back at the 40, and I can't see who was on that. That might have been Papa.
Yeah. Wow. They keep kicking it over there. You'd think with the wind at his back, he would have put that one in the end zone, but Papa has had 2 returns dangerously close. We're going for 6, but so now we'll see, can the Snowflake take this just little bit of wind in their sails and turn it into a gust and try to get themselves into the end zone and get this thing a little bit closer. Not out of reach yet.
Might want to just occupy some clock.
Yeah.
So going back to the receivers on either side. Handoff goes Raven as he tries to get to the right side, but he's going to be stood up by 4 Thunderbolts.
Yeah, but that's okay. You know, good 2 to almost 3 yards on first down. Hit that a couple more times, run a little counter maybe here on second down, and see what you can do. It's going to be tough sledding, so you can't just get discouraged and abandon it and try to go to the pass, because unfortunately, I think the defenders for Mica Mountain are going to be waiting for it.
Second down and 8. Same formation as Raven is on Bryant's left. Fake the handoff. Bryant looking to the right side, throws this one up for grabs, and it's incomplete. Papa, the intended man.
Yeah, and I mean, this Mica Mountain team is good, and Bryant has gotten away with that at times during the year where he just kind of throws that and trusts that Papa's going to go get it. But I think we're seeing a little different caliber of opponent this week, and that time the defender, Xavier Johnson, all over that one. So Bryant's going to have to be a little more selective and actually look and see if his receivers has a chance to be open.
Third down and 8, same formation with Papa on the right. Bryant, short drop, looking in that direction, throws this one, caught over the 45, and then forced out of bounds at the 40. A comfort fit denture first down as they go back into Mica Mountain territory on the gain of 15.
And that's the difference. You know, you can run that play all day, drive the defender off the line like you're going deep, and then just have Papa come back to the ball. And as long as the offensive line can provide Bryant some protection, I think that's available, and that might soften up the defense for the run game as well.
9 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the half. 21-7, the Lobos trail, but are moving the football as the handoff goes Raven. This time Serpentines up the middle, gets over the 35, and a good gain of 7 on first down.
And there we go. The linebackers had to honor the pass, and so we're just a little late filling the gaps. Allowed Miller to pull up inside, pick off a couple defenders, and then Raven following in right behind him with good yardage. Now, again, play action pass, short pass, again, might be just what the doctor ordered.
Here you go, Merrick Olberg back out there. He had broken his collarbone at Gilbert. Now he's wind up wide left as they fake the handoff and said, looking to Papa, got that one caught over the 30 and out of bounds at the 26. A comfort fit denture first down and a gain of 9.
See, they need to do a few more of those type of pass plays and then try to hit one deep. Suck those defenders up. Again, let's go back to the run right here.
Running tempo. 5 catches, 71 yards for Papa. Instead, here it goes again with Raven, who's going to be tripped up as he again goes up the middle. Stopped at the 20 for a gain of 7.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and run it one more time here on second and short because I would expect Mica Mountain's going to expect pass.
Bryant going without a huddle. He's got Turley on his right now, and into the neutral zone come the Thunderbolts. Just the second, no, that is the third penalty. All of them have come against Mica Mountain. That's the second time they've been able to get him on encroachment.
Now, both teams get just a moment to catch their breath. But great job by Bryant right there to draw the defense off sides, pick up the first down, and now the entire playbook is open again, and really Mica Mountain has to be guessing. They've run the ball on consecutive first down plays, has Snowflake. So play action, try to get Papa maybe on a double move where he looks like he's going to stop short and then cut him to the inside. Might get him free on the end zone because, again, Mica Mountain not really playing with much of a safety on when they think it's a rundown situation.
8:37 to go the second quarter, 21-7, Mica Mountain leading, but after that comfort fit denture's first down, Lobos have it 1st and 10 on the 15. And a timeout.
Yep.
Snowflake taking a timeout. We'll take it with them. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football, iTalk1067.com.
I really wanted to work with robotics. When you come here, you have to act mature and meet deadlines. It's going to help me and my associates, in which I'll be a step closer in college. I'm going to have to apply these skills to the workforce. My ultimate career goal would be to be a mechanical engineer. MPC is transforming my life.
Right now it says 21-0.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Snowflake uses its first timeout, now facing 1st and 10 on the Mica Mountain 15. This drive started after a good return from Papa, who also has 71 yards on 5 catches. Lobos trying to trim a 14-point deficit. Olberg, again, lined up on the left, as instead this is going to go Turley, starts to the left and then charges over the right side of the line, stumbles his way down to the 10 and picks up 5.
Yeah, I would say it looks like Turley's running a little bit tentatively, not the hard charging that we're used to seeing. It could be just feeling the effects of a nagging injury or something, but as they get him out now.
So you got the 2 best pass catchers out split wide. Also Tidwell lined up on the line, as instead it's going to go Rabin. Starts from the left, goes to the right.
Yeah, that's okay.
And he picks up maybe 2, sets up 3rd down and short.
That's okay, because now play action is a possibility. Freeze those linebackers. We want to try to get into the situation where Papa can line up in single coverage with no free safety help. It seems like Hayward, who's playing their free safety, is going to the short side of the field for some reason. Well, actually now I see him coming over to the wide side. So maybe set Papa up on the right side, fake the run to Hayward's side, and then come back to Papa on the right side.
Going to continue to operate with 2 running backs, McCray and Rabin going left to right, Olberg on the left on the open side, and Papa on the right. Handoff goes McCray, gets to the 5, falls forward, picks up 4, and has a Comfort Fit Dentures first down. It'll be an and goal situation here with 7 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the half.
I love what Coach Solomon is telling his offensive line right now. Hey, we are going to run behind you. You guys can do this. You might be outsized, but there's a lot more to the game than just that. And so trusting his big guys up front, they're doing the job.
Put it on the 4, 21-7. Snowflake trailing but threatening. Remember, this drive started with a big return from Papa. As the handoff goes, McCray starts from the left, heads to the right, and gets down to the 2.
Okay. Still got 2 more cracks at it, though. At some point, I got to believe Bryant's going to keep it. And sometime in the next 2 downs, might be a really good time for it.
It's also chewing up lots of clock and keeping that Mica Mountain offense off the field.
Exactly, because if you can go down, just down 7, that's definitely a place you want to be, because don't forget, Mica Mountain gets the ball second half.
This time, Rabin on Bryant's left. Olberg over there as well, as this is the direction they're looking. Going to throw this one into all sorts of traffic and incomplete.
Yeah, I don't like that without some play action. It was just a little too obvious that Bryant was going to throw that one the whole way, and now you got man coverage everywhere, but good athletes for Mica Mountain on the outside. So use a little play action, get those defenders just pause just for that split second. That might spring your receivers free. Ulrich, the intended target, I believe, on that one, or Olberg, excuse me.
Now, Aiden Kaur frequently would come in this situation, but he also is relatively recently coming off an injury. So here's Turley standing on the left of his quarterback. He gets the call, goes to the right side, trying to drive backwards and eventually into the end zone. A 2-yard run and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass touchdown.
Boy, that was all heart by Turley as he just put his back to the defense and drove with all his might. A little spit in there, didn't hurt. So credit the young man for, if he is feeling any effects from an injury, he did not show it on that play as he just willed himself into the end zone. And the Lobos are definitely favoring that right side of the line, allowing Miller to pull in from the left. So until Mica Mountain can show they can consistently stop it, it's not a bad game plan.
Sam Brown trying to make it a one-score ball game. Well, I guess he already has, just a little bit easier. As the snap is away, as the kick is good. 21-14, the Lobos score on a 59-yard drive. Make it a singular possession ball game with 6:13 to go in the half. It's Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on italk1067.com.
Hi everybody, it's Colleen here at Horn Auto Center, the GMC Chevy store that saves you more. So today we're going to highlight our wonderful used car inventory. This one right here is a 2019 Chevy Blazer RS. With our special, you can come down and take advantage of our $31,418. Right underneath 40,000 miles. You can't beat it.
Hi everybody, check out this beautiful 2021 Toyota 4Runner 4x4, discounted right now to $40,321. Black leather seats, seat warmers, third row, nice running boards, and oversized tires.
Check out this 2020 C8 Corvette with only 6,000 miles, certified pre-owned. You're gonna have an awesome ride, only here at Horn Auto Center.
So come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Shola. We got the best selection of certified pre-owned vehicles and used vehicles to choose from, the best in the White Mountains.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff goes to the 1, but Hayward, again with some strong running, takes it out to his own 28. He's able to get about 20 yards of momentum before he meets anybody.
Well, the thing I would like to see Snowflake address at half, they kind of play like they assume that whoever's on the ball carrier right then, who kind of looks like they haven't wrapped up, that they're going to take him down. Do not assume that. You keep going. You hit him. You wrap him up. I don't care if there's 3 guys there, because these Thunderbolt runners have shown the ability to shed tackles.
Thornton 4 of 5 for 108 yards as he takes a high snap and pitches this one behind his running back. He's able to go back and get that one, take it to the 30. That was the first carry, I believe, for Jordan Perry, and that was nearly disastrous.
Yeah, you could hear the collective groan of the home team stands here. That happened quickly, and the young man put those hands up and snagged up out of the air and prevented disaster for Mica Mountain. So huge possession for Snowflake, though. They've got to try to keep Mica Mountain out of the end zone because of the fact that they have it to start the half. Going down 7, you can live with that at halftime.
Trips coming to the near side. Thorson looking in this direction. Now comes up in the pocket before he is brought down.
And that's one way to make it happen. It looks like Andrew Bentley right there, along with Gunnar Greer, to finish him off, but huge play. Thornton looked like it was going to be a design run for him, a draw play all the way, but Snowflake had other ideas, and so now you're in a situation for Snowflake where you know it's a pass situation. Maybe play a little tighter coverage and see if you can't cause a turnover.
Loss of 5 on the sack. 3rd down and 12. Same formation with 3 receivers coming to the near side. Thorson with a short drop, now looking over the middle, still with time, and he's again brought down.
Big play. Just a coverage sack right, though. Brent White is going to be credited with the sack for the Lobos, but that's a coverage sack. Thornton had nowhere to go with it. They didn't run anything fancy. Mica Mountain ran 2 guys across the formation, one at about 2 yards, the other one at about 9, but neither guy open as Snowflake's zone had that covered pretty well.
This Riker Brimhall back to receive a punt. The first time the punting unit is out for the Thunderbolts. Now Snowflake with 2 timeouts, going to get this with, a low snap, bobbled, but still gets it away after some pressure. It's a very high and short kick. Brimhall with the tackler awaiting and giving him a round of applause as he hauls that in.
Not sure that's legal, but officials didn't say anything.
A round of applause.
Yeah, that's really not okay, but especially with the fair catch. But hey, short field now. As you mentioned, 4 minutes to go. Now, Snowflake doesn't need to panic. They can still run the ball. They got lots of time. Their last possession took probably about 6 minutes, so they'll just have to hurry it up just a hair.
2 timeouts remaining as well. As Papa's going to come out, 71 yards on 5 carries, split wide left. Split backs, Bryant, who is 6 of 10 for 76 yards. working from the gun, takes a snap, handoff, Rabin goes to the right side, squirts his way through at the 50, and then falls forward down to the Mica Mountain 46 and a gain of 8.
Well, one thing that Snowflake has changed up this week is they're bringing that first back through the hole as a lead blocker, and then the second back is who's getting the ball and running in there. So they're getting a pulling guard, they're getting a running back, and when they get a good push up front, it works out great. They just have to make sure that they don't. And Mica Mountain kind of going soft right here, kind of a prevent defense that should allow Snowflake to run the ball.
Second down and 2. 3.5 minutes to go as the handoff goes. Rabin this time met at the line, but his inertia takes him over the yard marker, gains 3, and has a Comfort Fit Dentures first down.
I appreciate the physics vernacular.
I'm here for you.
On that one, it was hey, whoa.
Big
Number 1 just touched the ball.
Jimmy Leone, he tripped over it at first.
Oh, okay.
It's at the Thunderbolt 43. Tidwell down on the left of the line. They haven't looked for him yet as he's operating as a blocker, trying to set up a screen. Go to the right side where Papa looking for some blocking help. Gets to the far sideline, and he's along the 40 down to the 36 and a gain of 7, and it looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, and that rush came a little quicker, I think, than Bryant thought, and he's just very headsy to get it underneath the oncoming rush and get that out to Papa, but and Papa very close to making that big, but the Thunderbolts, they close quickly from the defensive side. It looks like we got a down lineman over there.
He's being tended to on the Snowflake sideline.
Cody Flake.
It's one of the Lobos biggins.
Yeah.
As this is going to provide Mica Mountain an opportunity to try to gather itself defensively after that big return from Papa. 40 yards, gave Snowflake a short field, able to go 59 yards and get the second score, which snapped 21 straight scored by Mica Mountain. And then 2 big sacks. Gonna force the first punt, indeed the first 3 and out from Mica Mountain, and give the Lobos another short field. So now here they are in Thunderbolt territory, the 36-yard line, second down and 3, 2:59 to play in the second quarter, 21-14 the Lobos trail.
Not having Cody Flake, though, he's a lot of size up front.
Already undersized up front is here. Bryant drops back, pump fake, trying to go to the end zone. It's again well defended and nearly intercepted after Papa put a hand on that.
Yeah, Papa almost came down with that. But again, Bryant's just throwing that up there. He's not, he has no idea whether Papa's open or not because Papa hasn't gotten to the defender yet. So just trying to really trust the outstanding wideout out there to make a play.
I think that it's Jordan Perry who looked like he nearly came down with it after the deflection.
Boy, and Mica Mountain, hey, they have rotated through some guys. I mean, they're not going to have to worry a whole lot about second half fatigue.
Olberg on the left, Papa on the right, third down and 3. The Cray is on the right, and Rabin's on the left as he tries to go left to right, but this time he's going to get stood up as a flag comes out, thrown by the umpire right at the line of scrimmage. That's usually a hold.
That's not good. George Flores, though, got enough penetration for Mica Mountain just to get a hand on McCray to slow him down enough to allow the rest of his teammates to get in there and clean it up, but could be feeling the effects of not having Cody Flake. Cody Flake's on the ball side. They might decline this. I'm not sure.
Holding has been signaled against Snowflake. So it's 3rd and 3 right now. It would be 4th and 3.
They're going to take it. They're going to take it and try to give themselves, perhaps they're having the confidence they can hold them and then get better field position out of this.
I think that's a tribute to the way that the Lobos have been running the ball.
Yeah, but now, boy, I'm running that comeback route to Papa if I'm Snowflake right here. You know, run your defender off about 8-9 yards and then come back, and now you set up a somewhat manageable 4th down if you decide to go for it.
That's not Jordan Perry on there. That is Nathaniel Bryant, who is attempting to distract Brimhall, who's going to get the assignment against Papa. 3rd and 13, 2.5 minutes to play. Now 3 receivers coming out wide to the left, and the single man on Bryant's left in the backfield is going to be McCray. Rabin lined up As the third of receivers. Now, hold on a minute. I think that the Lobos want to take a timeout.
Olberg had no idea what was going on. I just don't think the offense could hear what was happening.
2:16, Snowflake uses its second timeout. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on italk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Alone on the far sideline after some busted coverage. That's Rabin who's going to catch that one and go into the end zone for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass touchdown. And Leon is down at the 45 and holding what looks like his left knee. He was there as one of 2 pass rushers as they provided a huge pocket for Bryant to run up, and then streaking by himself on the far sideline was Rabin for the 46-yard score.
Well, I know Coach Solomon was not happy about having to burn the timeout there, but it worked out to their advantage because that was a great play call. And credit Bryant for just being patient right there, showing the run, and then just flipping that ball. I almost thought he kind of flipped that a little flippantly, and I was like, I'm not sure that.
I thought he had the first down. If
he could have run it. Probably, but just flipping it out there to McCray, and whew.
There is quite a contingency out there looking at Leon, who is in an awful lot of pain.
Yeah.
And though he has received just 1 pass for 5 yards, he requires so much attention because he's such a big dude. As they're helping him up, he does not seem that he is at all confident.
Putting a lot of weight on that.
It's his left leg, actually.
6'4", 235, though. Big boy, and a lot of weight on that, and couldn't see really what happened. But huge turn of events for the Snowflake Lobos, having a chance to tie this one up going into the half.
Still got 2 minutes with which they have to defend, though.
You know, I think Mica Mountain may have gotten they might have relaxed just a little bit in these last 8 minutes of the quarter when they had built that 14-point lead. It just looked like they started to sub some personnel and just relaxed a little too much, and Snowflake has continued to put the pedal down and is taking advantage of that.
But Leon is laboring to get here to the bench, and I don't know if there's a lot of confidence that he's going to be able to come back. And we'll keep an eye on it as Sam Brown is out to try to tie it up at 21. Snap is down, pressure.
Wow.
And he's able to get that up, and good. 21 all. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second quarter. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state. As now this short kick is taken Boy, one of the up men, but that's one of the playmakers. I think that's Josh Garcia, or Jonah Garcia, beg your pardon.
Yes, it was.
So
I was waiting for him to pitch it back.
Yes.
To Hayward, but
that was actually Jet McCrae on the 46-yard score.
I believe.
I'm confident that you're correct.
The 5 and the 6 are a little tough, but
2 minutes even. The Lobos trying to defend and go into the locker room, tied after 21 straight scored by the Thunderbolts. Snowflake answers with 14 of its own. Is now from the shotgun. Thorson rolling left, throws that one underneath. There's Garcia again. High tackle brings him down almost immediately, but still a gain of 2.
Greer on the tackle over there on the far sideline. The Lobos going with a little bit of a prevent look, only rushing 3. And they're able to keep the receiver to just a short gain, and with the clock running, Mica Mountain has to timeout.
Wow, timeout taken with 1:45 to go on their own 33. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
That pass was intended for Josiah Thornwell on 3rd and 8. It might have been deflected. The Lobos now, for the 3rd time in the last 4, have been able to get pressure to Jaden Thornson, as he's now 6 of 7 for 110 yards, but 64 of them came on his first completion. And interestingly, after Connor Handgarner has rushed for 28 yards on 7 carries, they've completely gone away from the run. Now facing a passing situation with 1:40 left. 3rd and 8, drops back, initially looks left, now right, throws this one high, still going to be brought down at the 40. It's all going to depend upon the spot. It looks like they're a yard short.
It is a yard short. Great tackling right there on Garcia by Hayden Nichols, who just came up, left his receiver, and came up to make a sure tackle. The pass being high helped him out.
Here's a vote of confidence. Going for it on 4th and 1 from their own 40, trying to get Snowflake to jump, it looks, and now a timeout is taken by Mica Mountain. 21-21, 1:11 left. Make a wish, as we'll keep it here and take a look at the scoreboard. Sounds like the Yellow Jackets are just kind of running into a rotten matchup. Is that a fair assessment?
I think that's a fair assessment.
Trailing 28-0 at
yeah,
Mojave.
It's just not the matchup they were hoping for sure.
Having a hard time with the Mojave size?
Yeah, Mojave's they got big kids. A lot like this, except Blue Ridge is a 3A school playing a 4A size school. I think Mojave, is this their first year down in 3A?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Round Valley is leading, speaking of schools that vacillate between conferences.
Yes.
12-8 at Sabino.
That's a horrible matchup for whoever Round Valley faces.
All right, after the timeout, 4th and 1. Quick snap, handoff, and brought down at the goal line. Handgarner cannot get back to the line of scrimmage, and now the Lobos have a timeout and 40 yards separating them from a lead with 66 seconds left.
Boy, I don't know what happened to the Snowflake front, but something has lit a fire in there. Teague Reedhead, the 6-foot senior right there to help bring down Handgarner, and just a huge individual effort for him. But the line altogether, these last couple defensive series, has really done a job getting pressure, getting upfield, and doing the job and forcing their way. Mica Mountain's a little bit shell-shocked right now. Coach is not real happy.
40 yards separating the Lobos from the end zone. Can you go ahead and continue working the run?
And I think they still have a timeout. My guess is they're going to throw it down the field.
They got McCray lined up in the slot. Now he's in motion, heading to the right side, gets the call, trying to get to the edge, turns it up, the far hash, gets to the 35, gains 5, but it took 6 seconds just to get there.
Yeah, we'll see. Snowflake's elected not to call a timeout right now, but I don't think they are going to call it. And now I think that's their last one.
That is the last one. Call it took an awfully long time to develop, but he was very close to popping it. So do you like rolling the dice in that sort of scenario?
I do. It really had a chance to go. One thing Mica Mountain does do very well is they tackle very well. We have not seen Snowflake Lobo defenders able to shed those because they're coming really hard. They hit you right in the middle. They wrap up, and you're pretty much going down. So credit Mica Mountain for that. But Snowflake can sometimes take advantage of that aggressiveness. Now, with 35 yards to go, 53 seconds, and now you're out of timeouts, the opportunity to run the ball is probably not there anymore. Now you can throw some quick passes to the outside. Throwing over the middle is going to be a little shaky. However, in high school football, first down, stop the clock momentarily. So you do have that to look at as well.
Pop has been the favorite target. 6 catches, 78 yards, including a 30-yard score. Bryant right now, 8 of 13 for 129. Including a 46-yard score. That was to McCray, who's right now coming in motion from the right to the left side. That's actually Papa, as they're looking at his direction. It's now coming up in the pocket, throwing this one up toward Olberg, and incomplete. An awful lot of contact being exchanged between Olberg and Hayward.
Yeah, Olberg tried to change directions. He thought the ball was going to come more towards the middle of the field. Bryant had thrown it to the outside. And, on second and short, not a bad idea to go to the end zone. But now you've got yourself in a tough situation because you have to decide what are we going to do if we don't pick up this the first down on this third down play. I think a wheel route is still good, but just trying to throw it up the middle, especially against Hayward, makes it very difficult.
Single man in the backfield is McCray, who wheeled out and caught that last pass for a touchdown to make it 21-21. Now he's going in that direction again. Oh, but a pass behind the line of scrimmage was too hot. As Bryant, with a little bit of pressure, might have got a little bit excited.
Now what? I don't think that really had any chance of picking up a first down. And so now you're certainly not kicking a field goal.
45 seconds left is an awful lot of time.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I'm going for it and I'm throwing it in the end zone. We'll see if they're smart enough to knock it down or just intercept it.
Oh, nope, Sam Brown's out there. He's going to attempt one that looks like is going to be from 52.
Holy cow.
Nobody back to return it.
Maybe they got a fake lined up.
Or maybe they're trying to get 5 yards.
Maybe.
On an encroachment penalty, which they've had twice already. Taking their time as the snap is high. Pressure is there. The kick is angling just shy. Now, I believe that's going to push it back to the 20.
Right. That's the good thing in this situation for high school football, that you don't get it at the spot. And so really not much of a gamble there for Coach Solomon to go ahead and kick that. I mean, anytime you're a kicker and you're trying to kick it really far, it just never comes off the foot quite right. And that was the case there for Brown. But you give Mica Mountain the ball in the 20 with no timeouts, 39 seconds. Now you just have to make sure you don't give up some crazy big play. You have to account for Hayward and maybe account for Hayward with 2 guys.
Leon doesn't have his helmet on, and he's got a pretty heavily wrapped left leg. I don't think this is a situation where you would go to him.
Almost looks like his thigh, like maybe a hamstring.
Got 3 receivers going to the left as they're going to run this one and give this to Thornwell, who's serpentining up the middle over the 30 to the 35 and still on his feet at the 40. And now a flag comes out late that might put 15 more on.
Yeesh. Yeah. Man, we saw this happen last time with Snowflake. They just try to tackle a little too high. And these Mica Mountain ball carriers have really good balance. We saw an extra 5 yards there from Thornwell, just able to somehow stay on his feet. And now the face mask. at 15.
Now this is going to provide Thorson an opportunity to throw this into the end zone a few times with 32 seconds left.
Yeesh.
They still have a timeout, so if they want to get a little bit closer, they could do so. Set up that draw, it worked perfectly. And then the Lobos grabbed a face mask to make it now a 1st and 10 situation from Snowflake territory.
That's a penalty.
High snap and grounding to boot, it seems, and there's the flag.
I don't think so. I think there was a receiver right there. And the rules in high school football are not the same. I think they're going to pick it up, yeah.
Okay, there was a receiver there, and that's the saving grace because he was on his descent. It wasn't even a matter of tackle boxes, and it didn't get to the line of scrimmage, but there was a man there. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the Snowflake 44. And Thorson's got the arm to get this into the end zone.
Yeah, but does he have the protection? The Snowflake Lobo defenders, their front 3 have been able to get pressure 5-on-3.
Got 2 defenders that are about 15 yards back of the line of scrimmage as Thornwell is on the left. He's going to sneak out and provide a safety route as that one is deflected and potentially intercepted.
Nope,
they're going to say it's on the ground. That was Papa diving underneath it, just shy of an interception. 24 seconds left in eternity with a timeout.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess if you're Mica Mountain, you're going to go ahead and go for it, but that's a pretty dangerous play to throw it in the middle of the field because, yes, the clock stops momentarily until the chains are set.
At least they do have a timeout, though.
They do have one. You're right. They do have one timeout, so they really have to be thinking about picking up this 1st down on this play, not necessarily getting to the end zone.
3rd and 10 as they send 3 receivers again wide left, single man on the near side, and now Garcia coming in motion. He is underneath, but instead they're going to throw this one up for grabs and brought down at the 10. Bob nearly with the interception. Instead, it's going to be caught. Who is that? Will White?
Will White coming down with a big interception. Only 5'11". Baum not much taller though at 6. I mean, he is taller at 6'2", but White just with great concentration, as you said. Baum had an opportunity at that ball, but White stayed with it, and Baum was in shock that White came down with it.
Probably should have just knocked it down.
Yeah, it's just hard to think about that, especially in high school football. You're thinking about being a hero right there.
18 seconds. And now with the snap rolling to the left, pressure coming from behind and brought down again for a 3rd sack in his 3rd possession since the Snowflake defense became much more stout. 10 seconds left and Mica Mountain having to use its last timeout, so probably still with an opportunity to get 2 into the end zone, do you think?
I think you definitely have, as long as you don't catch it in the middle of the field, you do. You have to go to the outside and try to get out bounds or throw it incomplete. But Andrew Bentley with a great job just hustling down the line, coming from the backside. They left him unblocked on purpose because they were going to roll Thorson to the outside, but he just came charging and almost caused a turnover right there.
Yeah. No, I was going to say credit Thorson for hanging on to that one as he was on the move and trying to get ready to unload that. He's now 8 of 11 for 146 yards.
I think I'm going to take a chance right here. If I'm Snowflake, I'm going to tell my guys to protect the outside, force Mica Mountain to the inside, and then, provided that if they do catch it, you got to get them down in the field of play, shy of the goal line. So a lot of chess games going on right now in these final 10 seconds.
Has not done a great job tackling.
Nope.
Also, so they're going to have to make sure that they bring him down. Here you got back into the ball game, Devin Hayward. No, it looks like they're going to go ahead and try for the lead.
Oh, with that much time left, huh?
It sets it up. Well, no, they don't have a timeout. So
yeah, but
I can't see the number of the Thunderbolt kicker, but he is attempting from the about 34 as the snap is away. The kick is good. 34-yard. And you got to go to the 15-yard face mask that really kind of set that up.
Yeah, I am still surprised they decided to kick that. I would have taken at least, worst case scenario, throw one to the back of the end zone, and if it goes out of bounds, you still have a time for a field goal. But yeah, maybe they don't feel like they can protect their quarterback long enough, and then they get knocked out of field goal range and come away with 0 points. So tough calls.
So there are 5 seconds left. Just saw Papa The last time there was a Northland Pioneer College kickoff that was going toward the Lobos. Return it about 40 yards.
I'm thinking if they can't kick it in the end zone, I'm maybe kicking it to Rabin's side. Not that Rabin's any less of a runner, but at least in Mica Mountain's mind, he might be.
I don't think this is the same kicker that just had that. This is Riley Carson. And this one brought down by Brimhall, but that is how the half is going to end, as he caught that as an up man and was fought down at the 30. But Snowflake, which had allowed Mica Mountain to score 21 straight, comes back and ties it at 21 before a couple of defensive miscues provides the Thunderbolts with an opportunity to take a 24-21 lead. But your initial impressions going into the half?
Mica Mountain has let Snowflake back into this one, but I will credit Snowflake for this. They have not let up. Sometimes we've seen a kind of an ebb and flow of their intensity throughout games, but tonight they have not gotten down, even though they were down 14 at one point. They have continued to stay true to the course and run the ball, and that's something I know I've been calling for the last couple games. Run the ball, because that sets up everything else. And then Brian has done a really good job of managing the pass game, coming off of some play action. So credit Snowflake for sticking with their game plan. And Mica Mountain, I think, let down, made some substitutions in order to try to salvage guys for the second half, and it cost them. And we'll see if Snowflake can make a couple of adjustments in order to keep that Mica Mountain offense on their heels. 24-21
as we will start the halftime show right after this. It's Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Show Low Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Show Low Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Show Low Ford has the best deal. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Show Low. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Ace Hardware is certainly the place to get everything from hardware to tools, lumber to drywall, propane to wood pellets, and so much more. But did you know that Ace also has one of the White Mountain's best collections of artificial and silk flowers? Ace Hardware is the best place to find completed arrangements or get all your favorite individual items and make your own. If you're crafty, you'll love everything Ace Hardware has to redecorate your home or create unique, one-of-a-kind gifts in their complete craft section. Oh, and find an unlimited variety of herbal teas from the brand for tea's sake. Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
I chose NPC because it offers good quality education. Ultimately, I want to be a nurse anesthetist, which is the start to that path. And instructors want you to succeed, which is really helpful. I've learned a lot so far in just one semester. It's incredibly crazy how much I've learned. Northland Pioneer College is transforming my life by helping me achieve my goals in my career.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Hi everybody, it's Colleen here at Horn Auto Center, the GMC Chevy store that saves you more. So today we're going to highlight our wonderful used car inventory. This one right here is a 2019 Chevy Blazer RS. With our special, you can come down and take advantage of our $31,418. Right underneath 40,000 miles. You can't beat it.
Hi everybody, check out this beautiful 2021 Toyota 4Runner 4x4, discounted right now to $40,321. Black leather seats, seat warmers, 3rd row, nice running boards, and oversized tires.
Check out this 2020 C8 Corvette with only 6,000 miles, certified pre-owned. You're gonna have an awesome ride, only here at Horn Auto Center.
So come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs in Sholo. We got the best selection of certified pre-owned vehicles and used vehicles to choose from, the best in the White Mountains.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
I chose welding because there's always going to be a job and you can go so many different directions within it. The professors helped me so much with getting my skill level up to where it needs to be and helping me progress in the ways that I want to. It teaches you really to be job ready, having a good attitude, and still working hard. NPC has transformed my life by giving me a skill and a trade that I can take with me wherever I go.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare Orthopedic and Therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Ace Hardware is certainly the place to get everything from hardware to tools, lumber to drywall, propane to wood pellets, and so much more. But did you know that Ace also has one of the White Mountains' best collections of artificial and silk flowers? Ace Hardware is the best place to find completed arrangements or get all your favorite individual items and make your own. If you're crafty, you'll love everything Ace Hardware has to redecorate your home or create unique, one-of-a-kind gifts in their complete craft section. Oh, and find an unlimited variety of herbal teas from the brand for tea's sake. Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
It's the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show for the best place to get hiking, camping equipment of all sorts. Go to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store. I bet they got camping whoobies there that can keep you warm in 45-degree weather.
You know, I was just telling the missus this morning, we've been pretty lucky as far as weather this year, not having too cold of games. Of course, we missed last week, but it's weird to be down in Tucson and be cold.
I'm going to level with you. It's a good thing I throw this in the car and leave it there because I forgot a coat, and I didn't think we were going to need one. But the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show is ongoing as the Lobos scored on the first drive, went up 7-0, then gave up 21 straight, including a 94-yard kickoff return. That was going to tie it at 7 momentarily, but for the first 3 possessions, Mica Mountain looked like it was unstoppable. Do you really attribute this 3-point deficit more to Snowflake's offense or defense?
I really think their defense, because Mica Mountain, they scored quick, but you got to remember 2 huge plays accounted for basically 14 of those points. They had the kickoff return, and then they had the big pass play. But other than that, you know, Snowflake has bent but not broken, and actually they've gone over after the quarterback the last couple possessions, just not quite enough to completely stop them. So I really think Snowflake's defense has done the job. They figured some things out. They've stopped the run. Mica Mountain kind of abandoned the run a little bit, and I think that played into the hands of Snowflake.
Now, Snowflake on its last 2 possessions has sacked Jaden Thorson 3 times. Are they bringing more pressure, or
no,
what is it allowing them to get to the quarterback?
They're really not bringing. And you know I was just thinking about at halftime, the one name we haven't called is Lerma. Hasn't really been much of a factor. I'm not even sure that he's out there. I haven't really checked for him. They are bringing the last possession. They went with 3 down linemen, but then they would bring a 4th guy off the edge or on a stunt or something. But they're not doing it by bringing a whole bunch of extra guys. Snowflake's defenders are just beating their blockers, and so credit them for not giving up and staying after the quarterback.
Now, a game that's been marked by big plays. Brennan Bryant is 8 of 15 for 129 yards, 30-yard pass play, 46-yard pass play. On the other side of it, a 64-yard pass play set up Mica Mountain's first touchdown. Also have passes of 25 and 29 yards. Is this sustainable for both offenses?
I can't believe it will be, but you know, one thing that on some of those, for Snowflake at least, one of those plays kind of happened on a I don't say broken play, but Bryant kind of had to extend the play with his feet a little bit, step up, run down the line of scrimmage, and then he flipped that one out to the outside. So it doesn't seem like it's sustainable. I feel like both teams have made adjustments to the big plays, and so now it's really about a matter of sustaining plays. Can you pick up 3 or 4 yards at a time, run clock, not allow the other team's offense to get on the field, and just make them down to whoever has the ball last.
On the Mica Mountain side, Connor Handgarner has 28 yards on 8 carries, and almost all of those carries came on 1 series. Do you think that they might be more inclined to try to go back to?
Yeah, I don't know why I do know why. I think coaches like the flash of the run of the passing game, but it doesn't necessarily pay the bills in high school football all the time. Or at least have a little bit more of a balance. Even NFL teams, they try to have a little bit of balance running the ball, because you can't just allow the secondary and the other team to just be in coverage or rush the quarterback or whatever, pin their ears back. You got to make them be a little more stay at home and watch the run. So I would expect Mica Mountain to come back and run the ball a little bit more here in the second half.
24-21, the Thunderbolts have the lead and are poised to receive the kick. But on the other end of this, we're going to take a look around the scoreboard, both the 3A and 4A conferences. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of playoff football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Show Low. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
24-21 at Mica Mountain High School, located, if you're trying to get a GPS coordinate, the freaking desert middle of nowhere.
That's right. That's the exact description.
All right, Canyon Del Oro leads Poston Butte at halftime, 38-0. That's the number 2 team, and they are on the Lobos side of the bracket. So that's a potential semifinal matchup if the Lobos are able to navigate their way through this one, and then have Northwest Christian and Walden Grove, which last I had seen was scoreless, but it's now Northwest Christian 20-0 at halftime. So it was a potential for the Lobos, if they win a couple of games, to have to come down to the Tucson area 3 straight weeks, but going to Bell Road and around to the 17 or the 51 there, Northwest Christian is a little bit of a better draw.
Yeah.
Also, the number 1 Yuma Catholic team leading Peoria 27-0. The Rocks also a 3A school. And if they were 4A, seemed as if they were flirting with potentially being invited to the Open, but 3A schools aren't allowed to do that. Other 4A scores, Thunderbird is leading Bradshaw Mountain 7-3. And I can't find one. So we'll go to the 3A ranks, where Mojave leads Blue Ridge 35-0 at halftime. That's a disappointing way for the Yellow Jackets to end this season, where they were competing for the region championship, but just a rotten matchup, you think?
Yeah, just a horrible matchup. And Mojave the favorite to win the state championship. But, you know, got to keep things in perspective for the Yellow Jackets. First playoff win in quite a few years. So they'll take that. And they still have a lot of their key players coming back next year. They obviously lose Simmons and Barton, but in their center, Angel Rangel. But a lot of those skill guys and linemen coming back for next year.
Round Valley trails Sabino 14-12 at halftime. As the Elker are lurking, they would get Mojave. Next week if they are able to advance it. Yep. I'm assuming that game is about to go final. Valley Christian leads Thatcher 14-7.
I got 14-14 on
there you go.
Yeah, quarter 3.
And one other 4A score that I just found, Eastmark is leading Buckeye 28-7.
Yeah.
So that is the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show. We will begin the second half right after this. Shola Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the number 1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
24-21 as we get ready to start the third quarter. Give me a Ace Hardware key to the second half, Mike Reneo?
I think a key for Snowflake on the defensive side of the ball is to stay getting after the quarterback. That should cut down on any big plays. And if they can stop a ball carrier on their way to the quarterback, all the better.
How about this one? Lobos got a tackle. If the Thunderbolts are continuing to get these passes out in space, and especially on these kickoffs, the Lobos are going to have to make sure that they are a little bit more sure with the tackling. On the offensive side, though, Snowflake has had success running the football. You want to see him do that?
I would like to keep the balance, keep the balance. The home run plays, I just don't think Mica Mountain's going to give those up in a traditional sense. Like, you can't just send a guy deep. Now, the wheel route is nice, but throw the underneath stuff, run the ball, march the ball down the field, and that's pretty deflating as a defense when that happens to you.
Thunderbolts are going to get the Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in Arizona. As back to receive Hayward, who had a 94-yard return for a touchdown, and they're kicking this one short and away from him. This one taken by one of the up men who's going to cut up the middle of the field, and there's some of that tackling that we were talking about. I don't know who that is.
You're exactly right. I believe that's Josiah Thornwell.
Okay.
But yeah, tackling.
Okay, Leon is back out there. He doesn't seem like he's got a very confident stride, but he's such a big body.
He didn't look real fleet of foot before the injury, so I'm sure that's not helping.
Going to start Hayward out wide left and send three receivers to the right. Jaden Thorson, 7 of 11, 146 yards and a touchdown. He's working from the shotgun, hands this one off, and then squirting through all sorts of traffic and still on his feet over the 40 and down to the 42 for Comfort Fit Dentures first down as hand grinder. We wondered where he was, and now he's already back at it.
Obviously, Mica Mountain made the decision, and you said it, he's been MIA for a little bit, and your halftime key to the game is turning out to be a little more prophetic than mine, the tackling a problem.
Two receivers now on the left, including Leon now, who's down on the line. Turn and give to Hand Grinder, who's running from the right to the left, and this time he's going to be brought down by three Lobos, but not before he gains 4.
But I can't believe they're going to leave Leon in there. He is not moving well. Oh, here he comes. He's coming out. He is not moving well at all. He's really not doing anything out there.
No, and even as a decoy, he's trying to give it a go.
Yeah.
He's probably in the state tournament for the first time in his high school career. So you feel for him. But he's on the sideline now. Out there in his place, lining up as the tight end, is J.J. Mangrum. As they're looking in that direction, now pressured. Going to unload this one out of bounds. A nice decision there by Thorson to make it now 3rd down and 6.
Well, obviously, Mica Mountain has not addressed the issue of the pass rush of the Lobos because the Lobos are just in on Thorson anytime they want and really speeding up his decision-making. Now, he's been pretty savvy back there and calm and able to throw that one out of bounds.
Here to start the second half, Mica Mountain moving right to left. Got a 15-yard run to begin the possession, but now needing to convert on 3rd down. This isn't necessarily a gots-to-pass situation, but they're sending 3 receivers out to the right. Single man here on the near side might be White. As Thorson, short drop, swings this one out, caught, not making anybody miss, as there was Garcia on the catch, and there's Lerma.
Lerma making his presence felt right on cue. And again, Mica Mountain abandoning the run. You know, they've gone with a couple pass plays, but the pressure the Lobo front has been able to put on the quarterback Thorson has not allowed them to really get their passing game going. And instead of relying on that run, which has been pretty much unstoppable, they've again attempted to throw the pass.
Riley Carson into punt. Brimhall standing at his 20. It's 4th down and 6 around midfield. If they had a wild hair, which it doesn't seem they do, as Carson's kick is good. Angling to the left, thinking a bounce, and then going all the way toward the coffin corner, but into the end zone for a touchback. So the Lobos will have it on the 20. Wow. 10 minutes and 2 seconds, 24-21. They trail here in the 3rd.
And that's a huge defensive stop for the Lobos, especially, since Mica Mountain has the lead and had the ball first. So now can they make an answer? Can they drive it down? I noticed that Jimmy Leon is back out there, just a junior, is Leon, but he's back out there going to play some defense. We'll see if he's effective at all.
When he got hurt, it seems as when Mica Mountain's pass protection kind of fell apart.
That's true.
So let's see if he's able to make his presence felt on the defensive side as the Lobos come out with split backs and receivers. Handoff Turley tries to get to the left side, but then winds up going over the middle for a 2-yard gain, and he does not seem confident getting to that line.
Number 75, George.
Yeah, you know, I like getting Turley in there though on the run to establish that run here early on. You picked up 2 yards, okay, not a big deal. Maybe run it one more time and try to set up maybe a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, but keep Mica Mountain thinking in the back of their head that they're gonna run the ball at us.
2nd and 8.
I might run it at Leon too. He's out there.
He's on the left of the defensive line. As the God Rabin over there instead. They're going to fake the handoff and try to get this one over to Papa, but again, kind of throwing a jump ball. Papa angling toward the center of the field, and that one was going back to the hash.
And the coverage has been really good by Xavier Johnson ever since that first pass to Papa. I think they underestimated Papa to start the game, but not so much anymore. And they're really all over it, and they're I think it feels like Mica Mountain is willing to give up the underneath stuff and not going to get beat by the big play. So if I'm Snowflake, I'm going to take that underneath stuff.
3rd and 8 after what could be called a 4-and-out. The Lobos trying to avoid a 3, crowding Papa over here on the left. And now Bryant changing things up. He's going to move McCray off to his left where there's trips going in that direction to the far side of the field. Moving the pocket in that direction, now stops, unloads where he's got a man caught over the 40 and then out of bounds at the 41. That's Tidwell's first offering, and he's able to haul it in for a Comfort Fit Denture first down and gain at 20.
Well, someone on the Mica Mountain sideline is going to get a earful on the coverage right there. Not a good job. That ball was up in the air forever, and nobody closed on Tidwell, and credit him for finding the inbounds. Oh, yep, here comes the man off the field.
Here's McCray, starting left, cutting to the right, falling forward to the 45 for another gain of 2 on first down.
Yep, and Leon was in there on the tackle, but not looking good. I thought he was going to come out just now, but on the last play, on the previous play, it was number 21, Nathaniel Bryant, who gave up that big play to Tidwell, and he's now on the sideline. They have the bodies here that if you're not doing your job, you can come have a seat for a little while.
Olberg lined up wide left, Papa on the right, split backs on either side of Bryant, looking at a 2nd and 8 here as the handoff goes. McCray accelerates to get to the 50, still on his feet at the 45, and then spun down after he picks up a Comfort Fit Denture first down. Back in Thunderbolt territory go the Lobos.
I love the run game. Keep the run game going. Let's run. I would say Snowflake should run at least 2 more run plays and then maybe run some play action and try to get a pass in the middle of the field is where they've been the most successful, or on a comeback route to Papa. But the run, Mica Mountain has not shown the ability to stop the run consistently. Don't stop it.
8:20 to go here in the third, 24-21. The Lobos got the stop to start the second half and now marching into Thunderbolt territory. Is now dropping back, looking to Papa, comes back, catches at the 35, still on his feet as he runs toward the 30. And is going to have a strong gain of 9 on the first down pass play.
Yeah, and again, there's that underneath pass. Just don't be greedy, I guess is the bottom line here.
7th pass for Papa, 87 yards. The 39, handoff Turley, accelerates and should have enough for a first down as he's pushed back eventually, but I think his forward progress is going to give him 3 yards and a Comfort Fit Denture first.
They got a man down. Mica Mountain, no, he's okay, but he delivered the tackle, but ended up on the short end of the stick pain-wise, I think. So again, on first down, might be a really good time for some play action right here. See if you can get something in the middle of the field, because now Mica Mountain's got to honor that run a little bit. It's been 4 run plays in a row, successful run plays in a row.
Got Olberg all alone on the left.
Both receivers.
Papa on the right as the handoff will instead go to Rabin. Goes to the right side of the line. Winds up fighting his way forward for a gain of 4.
And that works too. And I don't know if Snowflake has it in their playbook, but a keep by Bryant is not a bad option right here. They are really not honoring him at all. The corners are playing pass coverage just fine, but there's just nobody over there. If you can run a receiver off the ball and let Bryant run free on that far side, I think he's got a lot of room.
2nd down, 6. This Lobo drive now has lasted 3 minutes. Taking this one toward the red zone as the handoff will go McCray. He's met initially at the line, but will be brought down as some help came for the Bolts. Right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Yeah, linebacker Broden Schmidt, who has had some big plays tonight, right there at the point of attack. But that's okay. You know, they might have stopped that play, but they have not been able to consistently stop it. And you're not necessarily in a passing situation here because you're probably in 4-down territory anyway. I guess you could try to kick the field goal, but spread them out, run the ball.
3 receivers going to the left and a new running back out there for Snowflake.
That's Lerma.
As now Bryant with some time. Now he's running out, flush to the right side, trying to get to the line of, or excuse me, the sideline on the right. All sorts of collisions that were involved in that one, including Bryant going out of bounds at the 24, which is going to leave him 2 yards short.
To see, yeah, I would just like to see a little more play action. You've had success running the ball. Use some play action, unless it was just in the back of your mind that you're just going to take the 3 right here.
Well, this is not a gimme by any stretch.
That was still a 40-yarder. I can't tell if it's into the wind. I think it's a little into the wind, or at least it's right to left.
Got Mica Mountain with all sorts of linemen up. 4th and 2. As the snap is down, the kick is away, and I don't think this is going to be close. No good.
Yeah.
So the drive stalls at the 23, and there's another Thunderbolt down. He's getting up.
He's just going to take a little time to rest. No, he gets to play offense, it looks like, so he's going to stay out there. But yeah, Brown just hooked that one. Wasn't able to follow through. He could see out of the corner of his eyes the rush coming and just shied away from the extension there, and that caused that ball to hook. And that's a tough blow for the Lobos right there.
But the defense has been stout ever since they allowed 3 straight scoring possessions. Snowflake has kept Mica Mountain off the board, though, from the touchdowns, I should say. 24-21, the Thunderbolts lead. Is here the handoff goes, Handgarner again goes up the middle and is again going to have a good burst before he is brought down at the 27, a gain of 7.
I'm really not sure why you would do anything else. Again, just like on the other side of the ball, Snowflake has not really consecutively stopped Handgarner from running the ball for 5-6 yards. So, you know, they might stop him for 1 or 2, but the pass has not been there really for Mica Mountain.
Hayward matched up with Papa on the left. Safety deep is McCray as the handoff goes. Handgarner, who nearly met in the backfield, but now he's able to cut back to the right side, and he's got all sorts of space. He's got his quarterback out as the lead blocker as he gets to the far sideline. Papa, no, he can't track him down. He cuts it back inside and is going to go all the way in for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass touchdown. From how far out is that?
That was
73 yards.
73 yards indeed. And I tell you what, like I said, Derek, your whole thing about tackling, and again, they had somebody there, but the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th guy just stopped because they think, oh, my guy's got him. No, they don't. You better pile on. You better have guys all over the place tackling, especially when it's Handgarner. Just poor tackling, as you said. Not a commitment to making the stop.
73 yards. And it looked like he was stopped in the backfield. It looked like he was stopped for a first down. It looked like he was stopped for a big gain. But it's interesting that it was Papa that looked like he had the best opportunity. He had to come all the way from the near sideline to try to get him.
And Papa hit him, and I think everybody just assumed that hit would take care of it. You know, Papa hit him, but it wasn't enough to take his momentum out of bounds, and everybody else just stopped. But Handgarner didn't get the message, and he just kept running right on through that. Gosh, that's a tough run by the youngster. But a good, I mean, what a luxury to have a guy who can just stay on his feet and just got such a great low center of gravity.
Now, it ought to be noted with Lerma, who had come out into the backfield, I don't know if Turley was confident enough to try to at least provide a decoy, as this is a Northland Pioneer College kickoff. When it's time to kick off your college education, do so at Northland Pioneer College. Pay the lowest tuition in the state, as the Lobos are going to watch that one sail into the end zone. This is the end of the year. There's all sorts of injury concerns and players that have been playing through some things. And one must wonder if on that 3rd and short, that the Lobos were forced to go with a package that they haven't really shown much of, in large part because of injury concerns.
Yeah, it's very possible. At this time of the year, the best ability is availability, right? And everybody's banged up. Got some guys that are on crutches over on the far side of the field for the Lobos.
Got Round Valley and Sabino tied at 20 in the third quarter. This one 31-21. The Lobos trail and are now starting on their own 20 again. Ball fake. Bryant with time. Now throws this one into all sorts of traffic and nearly intercepted. Trying to get that one to Tidwell. Another jump ball thrown by the Lobos, but that time it nearly was disastrous. With just 17 minutes left in the game, that one might have been a backbreaker.
Jonah Garcia with the two-handed knockdown. If Mica Mountain holds on to win this, they can joke about it later. But that's, again, not my favorite play, but that's why I'm up here, not down there. So I'd stick with the run, even though it's second down long. The run has not been stopped yet.
2nd and 10, split backs. Bryant from the shotgun. Fake the handoff. Turley going to wind up and throw this one to the far side. Olberg's first catch, as he eventually is going to be spun down at the 26, gain of 6.
Boy, and that really could be one of the huge difference makers tonight. There is the tackling. You look at Mica Mountain; they are such sure tacklers. They get into the body and they don't let go, and they twist a lot and are strong and just are very sure tackling, unlike what we've seen at times from the Snowflake Lobos.
Olberg actually able to fight his way out for a gain of 7. Big third down play here for the Lobos, trailing 10. Time slowly becoming a bit of a factor. Threw this one twice already. Got receivers on either side. That's Papa and Olberg going right to left. And the handoff instead is faked. Looking again for Papa on the comeback as he catches that one over the 35 and has enough for a Comfort Fit Dentures first down.
And that's all day. I mean, the Mica Mountain is committed to not letting Papa get deep on him, and that corner is just bailing out of there, and so that underneath pass is open all the time. And I like that the last 2 pass plays have at least been play action. Let the linebackers think a little bit, and now maybe we go back to the run.
96 yards through the air for Papa. Same formation as Bryant slowly approaches the line, then comes back from the shotgun. Handoff Turley, tries to get to the left of the line, but he's stood up, but the little bit of a surge is going to force him out for a 2-yard gain.
Yep, and that's just,
Mica Mountain saying that it's recovered a football, but the officials are signaling second down.
Yeah, they're saying it's down. So yeah, they need to quit celebrating and just play football, but yeah. Garcia's like, what? I made the call for you guys already.
Got a lot of Thunderbolts right now. Incredulous.
Yeah.
But they are trying to shake it off.
Yeah, they better play defense. Run the ball again.
Olberg, wide right, Papa to the left. McCray and, might have been a little bit of an early lead there. Is Derek going to go down the far sideline, try to get this one to Papa as he again tries to jump up and catch this one, and a flag comes out. This could go on either side, I think. They were both pushing each other.
That's an interesting call right there.
Mica Mountain's fans are unhappy. I don't know that, again, they were both jostling for position. Am I being too fair to the officials? Or
I really thought there was this incidental contact, unless there was a hand by the defender. Who is that? That's Xavier Johnson. Unless his hand was out there and he was holding Papa, but it looked like Papa got up off the ground, no problem.
In fairness, it looked like the flag came out before I really started watching it closely. So that's a Comfort Fit Dentures first down out to the 48-yard line of Mica Mountain. Huge pickup there for the Lobos. 3:23 to go in the third. They trail 10. Bryant from the gun. Handoff is given to McCray after it looked like Rapin had the initial touch on that one. Bryant pulling it back and giving it to the second man in the backfield, but still just a gain of 2.
Yeah, it looked like I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. He looks like he encountered traffic about 2 yards deep then and was able to get it out 4 yards, but only a positive net gain of 2. I'll tell you, I watched that play on the replay. That was a pretty bad call. It looked like it was pretty good coverage the whole way.
One of the linesmen coming out. I don't think they had the ball spotted correctly, so it's on the 45.
But see, I still think Snowflake's got to run the ball right here and then set up the third down passing play.
Looking at second and long. Papa and Olberg again, left to right. McCray, and now coming out of the backfield is Rabin. And try to get this one screened back over to McCray, but it's read like a book. A nice job there. Was that Garcia?
It was. It was, and they tried to use Rabin as the misdirection and come back to McCray. Kind of pretty well designed, just a better play by Garcia all over that one. And now putting Snowflake in an obvious passing situation. If you look at this second half, Derek, I'm sure the pass plays for Snowflake have greatly outweighed the run plays.
That was a negative 5-yard pass play that put it back to midfield. In the Lobos trailing 10 and running out of third quarter. As Bryant, who is 13 of 22 for 168 yards, drops back, throws this one to the far sideline that was had by Papa, but it pops out and incomplete.
Well, that is certainly something you do not see very often, and that's Papa not coming down with the catch. He did a great job of getting to the sticks. Bryant was patient, delivered the ball, and I think Papa might have been concentrating just a little bit too much on keeping his feet in and wasn't able to come up with it.
So in to do the punting is Bryant. Back to receive is Hayward. I don't know if Mica Mountain has enough men out there, as this one pooched, rolling to the far sideline, and is going to go out of bounds at the 11. So a nice job kicking there by Bryant. And a long field awaits Mica Mountain, but with a 10-point lead, got to start to feel a little bit more comfortable. As last time we saw, Northwest Christian had a big lead, so they're poised to play at home here next weekend in the quarterfinals if they're able to hang on. Lobos trying to get a trip to Phoenix.
Well, and I think this might unwittingly fall into Mica Mountain's favor because I would assume they're probably going to run the ball more. And again, I don't think Snowflake's been able to really stop it a whole lot. In an effort to try to run the clock out, they may just do themselves a favor and pick up first downs. So Snowflake's, I think, got a key in on Hangarner.
He's not out there right now. Got Jordan Perry, who's in the backfield, as he gets the call and accelerates right over the right side and into the open field. We're going to be brought down by the shirt tails, but not before he picks up a Comfort Fit Dentures first down on a gain of 29.
And they're going with pace, is Mica Mountain, which is interesting with the lead.
They're going for the death shot, as they're again going to Perry. No, they faked that one. Now try to throw this one out to Garcia, and he wisely falls on it incomplete, just in case.
Why? Not sure why Mica Mountain would want to go with pace. I would think they'd want to let that clock run. The officials were playing for it, were signaling for it to continue or to run. So very interesting.
Gives the Lobos defense a chance to catch their breath. Is Aiden Core out there, do you see?
I have not seen him, as a matter of fact.
I just assumed that he was back, but we haven't been able to cover the Lobos the last couple of weeks.
No, I think Hayden Nichols is out there playing middle linebacker.
All
no,
right.
yeah, I think it's Hayden.
That might answer a couple of questions.
Yeah.
As here comes now a 2nd and 10. As they're going to set up that draw again. Perry going to be met at the line of scrimmage and stopped. That might be our shoe-in for the glass-shattering hit of the game, brought to you by Deemer's Glass.
Yeah, Gavin Hall right there, just not fooled at all, stopped his rush and was waiting for that draw play to come right to him, and it did. And he was actually able to make a sure tackle, just enveloped the running back, Jordan Perry.
Clock approaching 9 p.m. and it feels like the temperature just dropped by about 5 degrees.
Yeah, it did. But now Mica Mountain is going to let the clock run. Not sure where they were going the first time.
Interestingly, the play clocks aren't working. They were working in pregame, but off right now. 40 seconds left. Leon slowly moving to the wide left position as he's matched up with Brimhall.
They're not going to get this off.
And now they got to take a timeout. Thunderbolt fans are unhappy, but they used their first timeout with 35 seconds to play in the third quarter, 31-21. Mica Mountain leads. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Another draw play to Thornwell is going to move the chains. Comfort Fit Denture first down, pushes it into Snowflake territory. They've gone to that draw 3 times now in the second half, and 2 of them have gone for pretty big gains.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is, they keep coming at you with different runners, and they all run hard. So while they might try some unorthodox things from a play calling standpoint, they have the skill players who really get after it, and I think that's been a big difference for them tonight.
And that'll be the final play of the third quarter, 31-21 going into the final frame. Mica Mountain looking to advance and play another home game. The Lobos got some work cut out for them. 12 minutes to figure it out. Is Sholo for?
Hi everybody, it's Colleen here at Horn Auto Center, the GMC Chevy store that saves you more. So today we're going to highlight our wonderful used car inventory. This one right here is a 2019 Chevy Blazer RS. With our special, you can come down and take advantage of our $31,418. Right underneath 40,000 miles. You can't beat it.
Hi everybody, check out this beautiful 2021 Toyota 4Runner 4x4, discounted right now to $40,321. Black leather seats, seat warmers, 3rd row, nice running boards, and oversized tires.
Check out this 2020 C8 Corvette with only 6,000 miles, certified pre-owned. You're gonna have an awesome ride, only here at Horn Auto Center.
So come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Tucson Clubs in Sholo. We got the best selection of certified pre-owned vehicles and used vehicles to choose from, the best in the White Mountains.
1st and 10 from the Snowflake 46 as this one, Handgarner is going to bounce this outside and then get past the second level as he is all the way into the 20, the 10, the 5, and just shy of the goal line.
They're going to mark him out, but we got a penalty flag all the way back here. It's either going to be a procedure or a holding on a receiver here, and I think this one's coming back.
The Thunderbolts don't look confident.
Yeah, just from where it's thrown, my guess is it's holding on Mica Mountain on the outside here. But boy, that Handgarner, he's tough.
Holding against Mica Mountain.
Into Thunderbolt territory at the 44. First and 20 as it's a 3 receiver set. 2 of them going to the left side as they try to go to Perry, who's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a short gain of 1.
Big play there. I guess who? Aiden Cool. Yeah, Aiden Kaur, we have not called his name all night. I'm not sure he's been out there all night, but that was a big tackle for a loss. So now my guess is Mica Mountain's going to try to throw the ball.
2nd and 19. They have one that was nearly scored, called back because of a hold. Now in their own territory, Perry starting to wheel out to the left. Instead, going to have this one picked off, going toward the middle of the field. Instead, taken away by one of the Lobos. I can't see a number.
Aiden Kaur.
It's Kaur again.
Yep. 2 big plays by the young man who's battled some injuries this year, just a junior, but boy, just stepped right in front of that one, intended for Hayward on the the slant route, and boy, Snowflake now has life. Only down 10. Boy, Mica Mountain, I think, again, thought they had this one put away, and they've just gotten a little bit sloppy. And Snowflake poised to take advantage.
Just under 11 minutes to go. Excellent field position here for the Lobos from the Mica Mountain 38 after Core comes in and gets the interception.
I don't think Mica Mountain has enough guys out there.
Got receivers on either side, including Papa, who's in single coverage. Instead, going to go with Rabin, who hesitates and then falls over the 35 down to the 33, a gain of 6.
Beautiful up front. Great push off the line of scrimmage. Snowflake going to ride that momentum, and I would expect them to run the ball another 3 or 4 times in a row before we see it in the air. But I've been wrong before.
The Lobos trying to narrow the gap. As the handoff this time was, well, hold on a minute. Before.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, they got a flag down here.
Leon was still on the field when they snapped it, so they're going to have too many men on the field.
Mica Mountain, you mean?
Yeah, from Mica Mountain.
So that will make it very close to a Comfort Fit Dentures first down, as that one is taken over the yard marker. So move the chains inside the 30 to the 28. Lobos down 10.5 minutes to go. There's still a lot of time now in this situation. That is amazing how that interception has changed the perspective. If the Lobos are able to get points, is this one handed off, trying to get to the left of the line, but instead bottled up, cutting back to the middle. That was again Nope, that was McCray.
And again, though, you're not getting put backwards. And McCray was still able to pick up 2 yards. So don't abandon the run right here. Now, obviously, the clock is a bit of a factor because you're down 2 scores. But you can't abandon the run. That's what cost you in your last drive.
Got Papa and Olberg going left to right. Single man on either side. Split backs is the handoff. No, they're going to drop straight back. Looking into the end zone where Olberg has some space. Instead, it's going to be underthrown and intercepted.
Well, again,
Hayward.
Bryant just not really, he's just throwing it blindly, so to speak. I think he saw they might have baited him into that one as Olberg had gotten by the corner, but Hayward was sneakily spying over the top of that one and just waiting for that one to be thrown and stepped in and made the interception. The ball not greatly underthrown. Hayward just made a better play on it. And boy, that's a huge break for Snowflake right there, especially since the run was working. They got away with that on the first play of the game to Papa, but since then, Mica Mountain has not shown that they are susceptible to that long pass down the sideline.
Got Jack Bradley coming out wide to the right. 2 receivers going left as they're again going to try the draw. Handgardner, this time stopped by Lerma.
Yeah, Lerma did a great job of holding his ground right there, getting at the ankles of Handgardner. Not allowing him to, if you can get lower than Handgardner, that's how you're going to win. You try to go high, he wins that one as he has shown the ability all night. So Snowflake's got to be sure tacklers right now and try to force Mica Mountain into a 3-and-out situation as the clock becomes a bigger and bigger factor.
Handgardner with 129 yards now on 13 carries, including 76 on that score, as he's going to get this one, patiently try to allow something to develop in front of him, and winds up navigating his way through traffic to get 2, makes it 3rd and 4.
Well, obviously I do not call the same game as a lot of coaches do, but I'm giving it to Handgardner one more time if I'm Mica Mountain. I mean, the chances of him not being able to pick up 3 yards is pretty slim.
Well, it's a 2-possession game. Even if you don't get the first down, you're going to give it back to Snowflake with close to 7 minutes. Going to have 3 receivers, 2 coming to the right side. Handgardner is on his quarterback's right. Fake the call, going to throw this one out where it's caught.
Nope.
No, it's incomplete. They're again trying that option to pass, and that's the second time that it's a short hop.
And I don't think he even had enough for the first down as it was. So, again, just I don't know why you don't just give it to Handgardner.
All right, the punting it out there, and it also stops the clock with 8:27.
Yeah, the incomplete pass. So Mica Mountain helping out the Lobos.
Riley Carson going to be kicking into a breeze. Brimhall is cold. He's going to have to hang on as the snap is low, but the kick is away, and a good one. Driving Brimhall back, he's going to signal, get Buddy out of the way as they'll be down at the 40. So good field position for the Lobos after the interception. But now with 8 minutes and 19 seconds to try to make up 10 points, trailing 31-21.
Well, you don't want to have to use any timeouts on this drive, but if you can score in about 3 minutes, that's a lot of time really to go 60 yards. So you don't have to take any home run shots here. You can just march the ball down the field, take about 3 minutes and make this a one-possession game, and then turn it over to your defense.
Now, have had all sorts of success with Papa on these comeback routes.
Yeah, absolutely.
As he's matched up right now in single coverage on the left. Bryant instead fakes the handoff, send this one back out to a screen for Papa, who's got a little bit of blocking help, but it closed up fast. Is it a nice job there by Garcia to shake his blocker and force him out of bounds, but not before he gains 7.
Yeah, great play, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. So, they're running the clock. I guess they're going to say he actually was contacted inbounds.
103 yards for Papa.
Yeah, he's had a great game.
Same formation. As Rabin gets the call, starts on the left, goes to the right side, runs over the 50, has a comfort fit, Dentures first down in Mica Mountain territory, 7:55 to play after the 7-yard gain.
Boy, I think I would like to just see Snowflake just keep doing that. Short pass, run the ball. Short pass, run the ball.
Hurrying to the line of scrimmage, trying to work with some tempo are the Lobos, who trail 10. Short drop here from Bryant as he's again trying to get this one to Papa. And there is all sorts of jostling again. Papa's asking for a flag, but this time no sir.
I think that one could have been offensive pass interference. From our angle, you could see Papa kind of grab the jersey, but I think that one had more contact though by Will White than the previous pass interference call.
You can appreciate why Papa was trying.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But it does stop the clock, but man, keep the short pass going.
Round Valley still trailing Sabino 28-20 is here. Rabin stays on his feet as he goes to the right of the line, goes over the 40, and look at him bullying his way toward the yard marker, and a flag comes out late.
Okay.
Now, Snowflake burned itself with a face mask on a run at the end of the second quarter. Leon hobbling off the field one more time as there's a face mask that is called against Mica Mountain. So put 15 more onto that.
That evens that call out. So now Snowflake, keep running the ball, keep throwing the short pass.
Lots of time, 7:30 to go in the ball game, down 10 as they're now approaching the red zone as the handoff goes. Rabin, who this time is going to be snuffed.
That's okay.
Gains 1, maybe 2.
That's okay. You got to keep the defense honest. That's going to open up your passing game. I'd maybe run it one more time and then try. Well, they're going to say no gain. They didn't move the. Oh no, he's just over there.
So 1 yard.
1 yard, yep.
2nd and 9, 7 minutes to play. Papa again on the left as they're going to give this one a slow developing play in the backfield. Eventually winds up with McCray and allows for all sorts of penetration from the Thunderbolts, but it does go for a 3-yard gain, though 3rd and 6.
Well, that's okay. Now you're in a 3rd and passing situation, but you gotta find Papa. You gotta, by formation, you gotta keep the safety occupied and allow Papa to have a one-on-one situation here on the near side of the field with White.
6:32 to play, 3rd down, 6 from the Mica Mountain 18-yard line. Bryant taking a look at his sideline, now changing things up from the shotgun. Short drop, looking for Papa, who had a little bit of separation, and now it's going to be deflected away, but again, all sorts of contact.
Yeah, that's a tough one because White put his hand out on Papa and kind of pushed Papa down to the ground as White was knocking it away. The only saving grace I can think that the officials saw was that White turned around and was looking for the ball. But boy,
if White was going for a rebound, Papa's shooting free throws.
But why aren't you kicking a field goal?
Yeah,
right
that's my follow-up question. And now I think Snowflake has just realized it. 4th and 6, and the Lobos are going to take a timeout with 6:18 to go. It's their first. 31-21 they trail. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
6 minutes and 18 seconds left in this one. Snowflake trails 31-21. Round Valley trailing Sabino 28-20. And Blue Ridge has been trailing big throughout at Mojave. There's a good chance that there isn't going to be any White Mountain teams left.
Yeah. Morenci and Paradise Honors 31-point game.
Oh my.
Lead.
All right, here's Brown trying to make it a single possession ball game.
Got the win, so you don't have to crush it.
It's 35 yards out. Snap is low, but eventually down. Kick is away, and by the hair of his chin. 31-24.
Hey, it's no pictures. Well, there is, but not in the scorebook. So now you've made it a one-possession game, and now it's up to your defense right here to make a big stop. You know, plenty of time left, and you got 2 timeouts. You had to burn one there. Yeah, it's going to be fun right here down to the wire.
Lobo defense has allowed a 64-yard pass that led to a 1-yard touchdown run, a 76-yard touchdown run, but otherwise has done a pretty good job.
And a 97-yard
kickoff return. So there is 21 of the 31 points that they've allowed on jumbo plays. Brown out with it teed up at the 40. And got to be mindful of the big play possibility with Hayward waiting. They've been trying to kick it away from him.
Yeah.
As Brown's on the approach, the Northland Pioneer College kickoff is away, and they're going right at him.
Oh, boy.
He's going to catch this at the 5. Uses an illegal block to get to the 20, but no flags, and they're going to stop him at the 21.
Yep, that's a good job on the special team side of things. Sorry, let me. So now. You gotta. I don't know. This is a tough one because I'm thinking you gotta sell out to the run. If I'm Mica Mountain, I'm running the ball.
And if I'm Snowflake, I'm watching for Handgarner to get it on that draw. They've run it 3 times, including on first down, and it's been successful all but once. Gained about a combined 30 yards on it, and he's been close to popping it. Remember, he had one that went inside the 5 that got called back because of a hold. So they're going to line him up in the pistol. That Leon that's in front of him?
No, I don't think so. I think that's Thornwell.
As they turn, give it to him straight. Slips a man in the backfield, still on his feet. Now a flag comes out as he runs out to the 25, but this seems like it's going to be a blocking infraction.
Holding.
Holding against Mica Mountain.
In fact, that is Leon, and he is going to be the guilty party. He's out there trying to play on one leg.
Yeah, he needs to put his hands down, first of all, because that's the sure sign that you were the guilty party. Let the coaching staff guess who the guilty party was.
Again, he's such a big guy. You can understand why both he and the coaching staff want to run him out there, but you can see him trying to run back to the huddle. Everything is so tentative on that sore leg.
And
now out on the right of the line.
Now you might force Mica Mountain into some passing situations.
5:43 to go. The clock's running on 1st and 20. Handgarner gets this one and gets through a block and hole at the 15 and then back to the 19. Gains a bunch of the yards lost on the hold, but still going to be 2nd down and long.
Aiden Coor in there on the tackle for Snowflake, along with Gavin Hall. Much more assured tackling that time on Handgarner, and I think that's got to be a point of emphasis for the coaching staff right now. You cannot allow Handgarner to get free because 2nd down and 14 is certainly within his reach.
5 minutes, 2 seconds left as the ball snapped for 2nd and 13. Throw this one out to the near side.
They just ran out of bounds.
Where it's out of bounds after the catch to Bradley. Didn't seem like it was really taking him that aggressively out of bounds as well, though it was angling to the sideline.
Well, you know, when you're a kid, though, that's what you practice. You practice the sideline tiptoe all the time, and just those childhood instincts took over right there. And yeah, he should have cut it back inside, but plus he probably had some room to run with it a little bit.
That's just the second completion here in the second half for Jaden Thorson.
They're going to need a third one here if they're going to try to pick up this first down, because they're going to go to the air.
Take a look at the far side where Hayward's going to line up. Papa in single coverage from the shotgun. Nope, they fake the handoff. Pressure, try to set up the screen. Catch this one with Thornwell, still on his feet, but not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So the Snowflake front able to come up with another big play after the initial deception. They're able to recover and read. Clock runs at 4:40. And they're going to get the ball back in probably pretty good field position.
And Thornwell just really did a bad job that time of finding his blockers. He ran right back to the inside where all the pursuit was coming from. His blockers were set up to the outside, so Snowflake will certainly take the mistake made by the ball carrier, Thornwell.
It is cold.
It is cold.
And Brimhall is standing near his 45. As there's a little bit of pressure. Kick is away. Brimhall, fair catch at the 40. Now this can't be right. It says it's 54 degrees according to the Google.
Well, we're not as prepared as we normally are when we know it's going to be cold. So it's possible that it's only 54. It sure feels a little colder.
Maybe the wind.
Yeah, the wind's died down luckily a little bit. Okay. So I kind of figured that Snowflake might get the ball with about 3 minutes left, but the penalty forced Mica Mountain into some passing situations, and so that really worked into Snowflake's favor because now they got 4:10 left and 2 timeouts.
Going to start with 59 yards separating him from a potentially tie ball game. Receiver is now closer to the line of scrimmage. Got Papa on the right. Also, McCray now going in motion, heading to the right. As he gets the handoff, he looks like he wants to pass. Going to throw this one out, looking for Olberg actually over there, who's going to get this one caught at the 35 as he was being interfered with, going into the bag. There's a Comfort Fit Dentures first down.
Well, now Coach Solomon's got to keep in mind, I mean, yes, you need to score, but you can't leave Mica Mountain with too much time on the clock. So they go into the bag of tricks, and the coverage was there. I believe it was Perry on the coverage, but just never could get into a position to look back for the ball and just tackled. I forgot who was on the reception. Was
Olberg.
That Olberg? Okay, Olberg on the reception.
With a 28-yard reception. And here come the Lobos approaching the red zone now at the Mica Mountain 32, 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Handoff McCray, this time runs to the right of the line, is able to get a big surge and a gain of 4 or 5.
And well, they haven't blown it dead yet. McCray staying on his feet, and it does run clock. And if I'm Snowflake right now, I'm letting that clock run a little bit. I mean, it's a catch-22 because if you happen to stall out right here, you want time to get the ball back.
The Lobos trailing 10 and have allowed 21 points on 3 giant plays. Now trying to score here in the latter parts of the ball game with an opportunity to tie. Olberg, who just had a 28-yard reception, is wide left. Pop is on the right side. McCray and Rabin are in the backfield as they fake the handoff. Rabin looking toward Papa into double coverage. Oof.
Oh, they got a penalty. They got a penalty on something. I kind of felt like Papa was running free, but maybe there was something early on.
Oh boy, this looks like they're going to call a hold. Oh wow!
Holding against Mica Mountain.
On 2nd and 6,
it's a 5-yard penalty, but it's automatic. Oh
no, that's a 10-yard penalty.
Okay, that's a 10-yard penalty. So again, if I'm Coach Solomon, now the other thing he's got to think about, do you go for 2 if you get in the end zone right here?
Well, he still hasn't had to use a timeout yet. There's 3 minutes, 31-24, and into the red zone now after the Comfort Fit Denture first down on the penalty. Going to have Rabin running right to left, gets to the 15, gains 3. Rabin now is 78 yards on 17 carries.
And again, I'd like to see, I mean, maybe Coach Solomon keeps going with that deep pass because they keep getting penalties on it. I think that's the 3rd or 4th penalty.
Yeah. Same formation. Olberg on the left. McCray also in the backfield on the left as the handoff is going to him. He's going to try to cut it to the right side. Gets to the 2nd level into the 10-yard line and is very close to the yard marker with the clock running 2:20 to go. Looks like he's going to be just shy. Haven't seen Turley in a while.
Yeah, this would be a great situation for Turley right here, a little bigger back. But the other thing that Snowflake's got to be reminding themselves in this huddle is ball security. As the temperature drops, that ball's going to get a little bit moist, although artificial turf helps out with that.
3rd and 1. Handoff McCray goes to the right side and gets just enough of a surge to pick up a Comfort Fit Denture first down. 1st and goal with a minute and 50 seconds left.
I'm not positive he got it.
Looks like they're signaling it. Or they're signaling move to chase. Somebody is. Yeah, no, okay, no,
there it is.
It's official. I was duped by one of the Snowflake fans on their sideline.
Yeah.
Fans don't like it where we're sitting.
Oh, see, perfect. This is good clock management, though. Minute 46, and you got 2 timeouts. Let the clock run.
Going to be and goal from the 8. Trying to clutter up the interior. Now McCray's going to bounce that one to the far sideline. He's in the end zone.
They got a flag, though. We got a flag on the play, I'm pretty sure.
There's a flag on the play.
The Lobos are now unhappy. Wow, that one was thrown fast.
That's a tough call, especially because it seemed like it happened in the interior, which was nowhere really near the play, had no effect on the play. So a tough break for the Lobos.
Some small change moved the chains for the Lobos on it, holding in the backfield. Now that might be the football universe kind of evening things up.
That's true. But clock's still in a good situation. You got 2 timeouts. It's stopped with the penalty. I think it's a blessing. Snowflake gets to run more clock.
Well, they're sending 3 receivers out to the left. That's going to leave McCray in the backfield by himself. They give it to him. He tries to run up the gut, go back out to the right side where he gains 6 or 7. Clock starts moving. A minute and 22 seconds left. 2nd and goal from the 11 or 12.
Still okay. Still don't need a timeout. You can still run the ball at least one more time before you got to maybe go to the air.
Same formation. Rabin off the line in the slot on the left. Hand this one off McCray after they fake the pass, and McCray is able to take the pile down toward the 5. Minute and now just under here in the ball game with the Lobos trailing 31-24. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6.
Now if I'm Coach Solomon, I'm thinking about maybe calling a timeout. Although you got 2 plays, there's nothing else. It's either get in the end zone or the game's over.
2 receivers on either side. Tidwell in the slot on the left. Drop back, looking to the right side. Throw this one on the comeback and nearly intercepted. Trying to find Papa on that route that's been so successful throughout the evening, but it was well defended, knocked away.
And I'm really surprised Mica Mountain hasn't called a timeout yet, just in case. But really it all comes down to this play, and that one, Bryant was just not quite patient enough. Papa hadn't turned yet, but the reason Papa hadn't turned is because he couldn't get separation. I tell you what, I know Snowflake's going to talk about this. I might go to Papa again, though. He's been your guy all year. He's had a great game. See if he can get a penalty at least and get a new set of downs.
So it looked as if the Lobos had run it into the end zone on 1st and goal, but a flag on the interior for a hold where incidentally it looked as if there were 3 down linemen right there.
Yeah.
Which might have been what had led to that holding flag, because there was just so many bodies that they had to account for. But that pulls the touchdown, and now down to the final play. The Lobos come into this 14-seeded and trying to score an upset, advance to seemingly take on Northwest Christian next week.
I tell you what, credit the Snowflake, though, because there was a time in this game where we kind of was looking like this one could be over early, but they have stuck with it, and now it's all down to this one play. We'll see. The thing is, I just don't know in this situation if an official's going to throw a flag if something's a 50-50 type of penalty.
They've been throwing a lot of jump balls as Olberg, Tidwell, Rabin are coming out.
We'll see if
left
Mica
to right.
Mountain calls a timeout.
McCray is in the backfield. Bryant takes the snap, fakes it to the left, rolling the pocket to the right, trying to direct traffic, and then has this one picked off in the end zone. Well defended along the back line. Flags coming out because of excessive celebration, but it doesn't matter.
I don't know. That's a little cheap. What? I didn't see anything that excessive, unless they were taunting. That's one thing. But if it's just excessive celebration, come on. It's a state playoff game.
Yeah.
And you just came down to the wire, and you just made a big play.
I couldn't see who got the interception, but it was incredibly well defended. Looked like they were trying to get Tidwell running along the back of the end zone.
I believe it was Dominic Leone, not Jimmy Leone, on the interception.
Well, if they're inclined, the Lobos can stop play once.
I tell you what, though, I really like the play by Snowflake. They kind of used Papa as a decoy, and they were bringing that second receiver in behind him, but Leone just made a better play on the backside. I wonder if I can get a replay of that.
Thunderbolts in the victory formation, and that is how it's going to end. Snowflake playing at the 4A level for the second year. Last year was able to advance to the championship game where they fell to AIA Gilbert North. This year forced to come out to Vail east of Tucson. And it is Mica Mountain that is going to continue playing out here and seemingly against Northwest Christian. And as all now mountainous attention turns to Round Valley at Sabino, where it seems to be the White Mountains' last hope to have an extended season.
I tell you what, though, you just the fact of what we witnessed there at the end of that game. The Mica Mountain offensive linemen spent a lot of time shaking hands and giving hugs to the defensive linemen of Snowflake. There was a lot of respect there because they know that they kind of escaped one here, and it was the Sholo front on the defensive side of the ball that I think really helped turn the tide and get Snowflake back in this game and give them a chance to win it.
We'll have our post-game conversation starting right after this. It's Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on italk1067.com.
Who sells the #1 truck in America? Sholo Ford. That's right. Not only do they sell it, Sholo Ford is the best place to buy it. Why? Guy Hatch guarantees it. In fact, he guarantees you'll get the best deal on your next Ford car, van, or SUV as well. It doesn't matter what you buy. Sholo Ford has the best deal. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
You know what? We'll give it to...
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Ace Hardware is certainly the place to get everything from hardware to tools, lumber to drywall, propane to wood pellets, and so much more. But did you know that Ace also has one of the White Mountain's best collections of artificial and silk flowers? Ace Hardware is the best place to find completed arrangements or get all your favorite individual items and make your own. If you're crafty, you'll love everything Ace Hardware has to redecorate your home or create unique one-of-a-kind gifts in their complete craft section. Oh, and find an unlimited variety of herbal teas from the brand for tea's sake. Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
31-24, Mica Mountain defends its home turf. The Lobos season ends as they came into this one as the 14 seed. And you got those three big plays. The 94, 93-yard kickoff return. You got the 74-5-yard touchdown run and the 64-yard pass play that set up a 1-yard touchdown. Outside of that, the Lobo defense was pretty much there.
The Lobos played really well. They got nothing to hang their head about. They played well enough to win this game. It was a really tough matchup. I don't think Snowflake is a typical 14 seed, but the fact that they had to play the number 3 team was a really difficult task, and they were up to the challenge. And just, the ball bounces a little differently here, a little differently there. They make a tackle on the sideline. Little things here that add up to the victory for Mica Mountain, but Sholo certainly can be proud of their performance tonight.
So let's start with the drive of the game. And we were talking about this during the break. It seems like even though it wasn't much of a drive, we're thinking that Connor Handgartner, who wound up running for 140 yards, had a 73-yard run that was going to be the difference maker, really.
Well, it was the difference maker as it turned out, and so that's why that is our drive of the game. But it really kind of took the wind out of the sails. Snowflake had some momentum, had it just to a 3-point game at that point, and Handgartner quickly erased that. Just all game, his will to stay on his feet was very impressive for the young man.
So that the Horn Auto Center drive of the game, but we shift gears and consider the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. What you got?
Well, you already mentioned the 3 big plays for Mica Mountain. Snowflake had a lot of good plays as well. They opened the game with a nice pass play to Papa. Some good kick returns. They got some good penalties, but unfortunately what's going to go down as the play of the game is the final play of the game for all intents and purposes, and that was the knockdown by Dominic Leone on the pass that could have, would have, should have tied it up for the Snowflake Lobos, but instead he comes up with an interception and turns away the Lobos and their bid for an upset here tonight. So that's our Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game.
Again, not to belabor the point, but the Lobos looked as if they had run it into the end zone on 1st and goal from the 6, but a flag thrown in the interior of the line for a hold negated that, and guess you could say that it kind of forced Snowflake back into a deficit of yardage they just couldn't overcome. Yeah,
they were just shy, had to try to go to the pass, and Mica Mountain was right there for it.
Then finally, the Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a collision, but it was a huge tackle in the backfield. We hadn't called his name all night, but Aiden Kaur came up and took down
Handgartner.
Connor Handgartner in the backfield and dropped him quickly, and it was a huge momentum play and a big-time hit for Aiden Kaur, who then happened to follow up on the very next play with an interception.
So that the Deemer's glass shattering hit of the game, with Snowflake having fallen in the first round, Round Valley trailing Sabino 28-20, and Blue Ridge having struggled at Mojave. This could be a very early bow put on White Mountain football.
Yeah, that's the first time in a very, very, very long time
that nobody's advancing beyond Veterans Day.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know what we're going to do with the next few weeks until basketball season starts.
Reintroduce ourselves to our families. Remember us?
Yes.
Last call here at Mica Mountain, 31-24. We thank you for starting your long weekend with us, and hope that you have a very safe and enjoyable time. And hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. But if not, look forward to the hardwood. For Mike Granillo, I'm Derek Palmer, hoping that you're safe.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pine Top and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Comfort Fit Ventures, Summit Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, and Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopenicky communications station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.